Welcome to Andover High School and high school football. It's CTN Sports in conjunction with QCTV Sports here tonight, along with Jim Childs. I'm Jim Erickson. They always say that two Jims are better than one. We've got ourselves a beautiful afternoon. It's got the feeling of the old section semifinals. Of course, as we know, we're only midway through the season here pretty much in this strange 2020 campaign, but it's the St. Francis Saints and the Andover Huskies here tonight. And for the Huskies, Jim, they are off to a fantastic start.
Absolutely. This Huskies defense has really led their charge over the first two games. And last week we saw a huge offensive explosion as Connor DeVellis exploded for 5 touchdowns.
We'll talk about Connor here in a moment. For St. Francis, they've only played one game. They played the first week and haven't been able to play the last 2 weeks because of COVID-19 protocols. We're going to take a look at their starting quarterback, their key player, a great athlete, great basketball player, and Cody Pennebaker. He'll be key here today for St. Francis, as the quarterback usually is in these offenses.
Yeah, I think they're still trying to kind of figure out who they are. They've only had one game. They haven't had it for the last couple of weeks. But again, this rivalry between St. Francis and Andover has been there since it opened in 2003, and should be a great game today, too.
Yeah, they're neighbors with St. Francis just to the north of Andover. For the Huskies, you mentioned Connor DeVellis. What a game last week. And we're back live at Andover High School, ready to go, kicking off Saturday afternoon football, week 4 of the season in high school sports. Prep football here in Minnesota, and the return off the Hunter kick is going to be taken by Lucas Hess. Hess and McVoy were back deep here. The St. Francis Fighting Saints will get the ball to start this game here, first possession. Beautiful day for football here. Like I said, usually this Saturday is reserved for section semifinals, but here we are, week 4 of the season.
Yeah, great weather, and comparative to last week, it couldn't be any better. 52 degrees, 17-mile-an-hour wind. So we'll watch that as the passing and kicking portions of this game, and then, like you said, no precipitation in mind. It's a great day.
A little bit about the St. Francis Saints. Their head coach, Brent Swigert, in his 4th season. This is just their 2nd game of the year. They lost to Alexandria back on October 9th. 49-14, and have not played since. Games against Chisago Lakes and Cambridge Isani had to be canceled. First down and 10, Saints. Their quarterback, Cody Pennebaker. He is a junior, 6'4", throwing on the first play. Flushed out of the pocket on the run against his body, up for grabs, incomplete. He wanted their top receiver, Austin Walvatny. He's a 5'11" senior, overthrown off his fingertips, incomplete.
Yeah, nice job by Pennebaker to move to his left to have an opportunity to get a little extra time to be able to get Vatny open, but just overthrown just a hair.
Starting skill positions for the Saints: Pennebaker at quarterback, Matt Heinen and Martine Kittleson the running backs. Luke Andrews is the tight end, Austin Volotny and Isaac Vincent the wide receivers. And it'll be second down. It will be the fullback, and that is the big man, Kittleson, Martine Kittleson, who did not play in that first game, making his debut of the season here. He's a big fullback. The senior rumbles up the middle here for a nice pickup of close to 5.
Yeah, one thing we'll look at today is the Andover defense is missing one of their big parts up front as their big nose guard is not there today. And
Sean McDermott.
Yeah, Sean McDermott. Sorry, got a little missed on that. But Jim, that's where they're going to run today.
Yeah, injured last week. Injured his knee. Defensive line leader, very stout of that very strong front 7 here for Andover. We'll get you those players in just a minute. And here again is that give up the middle, and there's not a whole lot this time. After picking up close to 5 on the second down play here on third down, it's stacked up by the front of that Andover defense. Kenning, Owens, Josh Surgenor is the player that is in the spot of McDermott here today. Angel, Hunter, Israelson, Weichel are the linebackers. Williams, Knox, Schumacher, and Fine in the secondary here today for Andover. And it'll be a punting situation here for St. Francis. Good first series here for the Husky defense. Punter is Cody Pennebaker. He is the quarterback. Number 1, high floating punt, and returning it and actually calling a fair catch is number 1 here for Andover, Andrew Schumacher, who has a couple of interceptions on the season, and Andover will get good starting field position here at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 here for the undefeated Huskies, coming in 3-0, wins over Bemidji, Elk River, and last week Buffalo. 43-7 was that final.
Yeah, and it was all in the first half. The Huskies had shut out the Buffalo Bison until the fourth quarter. So great defensive effort last weekend.
Yeah. And offensively, DeVellis was 11 of 17, 313 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And they'll get it on and keep it on the ground here. And the handoff given to the running back, Caden Wheeler. And he'll be stacked up here quickly on the defense for the Saints, among others there, Lucas Andrews. It'll be a loss of a yard, 2nd down 11. And running the ball has been kind of hit or miss here for the Huskies in these first 3 weeks.
Yeah, it absolutely has. Last week, 17 yards. All the production has been through the air, and I know they'd like to get Wheeler going. He's an outstanding back.
Again, Andover new head coach Tom DeVellis, keeping the spread that Coach Wiltke had run here for many years. And basically, Coach DeVellis says it's a combination of what he ran at Blaine and, of course, what they have been running in Andover. Here's the toss, going up and getting it, and it's caught. IFA inside the 30 down to the 26, and the defensive back ends up coming up with it, Gavin McCoy. He came out of the pile, lost his hat. That's McCoy for St. Francis, pleading with the official, saying that he came away with it, but I think they both landed with it on the ground. Of course, the tie always goes to the offensive player. Let's take a look.
A really nice play. IFA gets it, lands it, as you mentioned, and as they roll, the defensive back was able to wrestle it away. That could have gone either way, but nice play by Andover as they gain about 42 yards.
Nice play, nice catch. IFA has been just amazing this season. That's his 11th reception, 225 yards, 3 touchdowns coming in to the game here today. We get a timeout here for the St. Francis Saints. And I think this is more of a situation where Coach Brent Swaggart, 15th season overall here at St. Francis, he's talking to the official right now about that play, about who should have possession. And no replay in the North Central Blue Division that I know of.
Nope, no. And I know that right now the White Hat would probably like to have it. But
I think IFA clearly caught it first.
Yeah. Yep.
And then in comes the defensive back. He grabs it as well. They go down to the ground. It appeared they both had their arms around the ball, and in that instance, you hit the ground in high school football, you're down.
Yep.
And it's joint possession. Joint possession usually goes and should go to the offense. I think that's the rule.
Absolutely. So, what an adjustment by IFA to get up and grab it. This is a great camera view. That he's down as soon as his rear hits the ground. He is down. So, and he had control at that time. So, really, the argument's going to go to no avail for St. Francis, but. Nice defensive play to at least get the opportunity to argue it.
St. Francis using their first of their timeouts here in the first half. Andover, this is their first home game. It's senior day here today. Mentioned last week, 17 yards rushing. That was the exact total they had in week 1 in the win over Bemidji. That defensive battle, 17-7. And then they had 175 rushing yards at Elk River a couple of weeks ago. Andover, their first down here in this football game. First quarter action. From Andover High School, beautiful, mostly cloudy afternoon here. Final Saturday of October. Happy Halloween, everybody. Here's the quarterback, DeVellis. Swings it around, caught. IFA again down the sideline, makes a stutter move, and he's down inside the 15 to close to the 10-yard line. Yeah, it's going to be another first down. First down here for Andover. And one thing that they do so well is they move the ball and spread it around, although the first 2 catches here have been to IFA. They got other weapons as well.
Yeah, you will see Ben Adet, we'll see Masungu. They're all over the place, and it's kind of pick your poison if you're the defense on who you want to shut down.
First down and 10, DeVellis here, just outside or inside the 15-yard line. Little toss over to the running back, Caden Wheeler, and he'll be tackled in the backfield. Good penetration there for the St. Francis Saints. Anthony Gerlach was there, number 80, one of their big defensive linemen. And it'll bring up a second down. Negative yardage in the running game here so far for the Huskies. Loss of 3. Make it 4, second down and 14. DeVellis from the spread. The running back to his left is Caden Wheeler, 126 yards rushing. That's IFA in motion. It'll be DeVellis, couple of steps, fade to the end zone, intercepted, picked off. And the Saints turn over the Andover Huskies. That's Gavin McCoy. Little bit of redemption there because he's the one who thought he had come up with the long pass to IFA. Here with good coverage in the end zone, he's able to track that down, and St. Francis will get it on the TO.
Yeah, right here, Masungo makes a cut and he slips down, loses his footing, and right there is McCoy, who really made a easy catch look a little difficult, but a good interception, good turnover by St. Francis.
And I don't think that Connor DeVellis put as much air underneath that ball as he had wanted to at that point, because he's got a great athlete in Masungu who has good height, and could have had it a situation where he's the only one who can go up, get it up at the high point the ball, and really didn't have that chance there. So McCoy with the pick, and big break here for the St. Francis Fighting Saints. They'll take over at the 20-yard line on the touchback. Here's a slant caught by Wolvatny, favorite target of Cody Pennebaker. And that'll be a first down. Gain of exactly 10 out to the 30-yard line. Pennebaker's an outstanding basketball player. Coach Swigert says probably top 20 basketball in the state of Minnesota for his age group, for his class. And he put it right on the money there.
Yeah, that was a great pass. Nice pickup of exactly 10 yards, so they'll gain the force for the line to gain for first down.
Pennebaker will hand off to their tailback. They've had some good ones over the years at St. Francis. Matt Heinen on the carry out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. St. Francis primarily an I team under center, like to run the I formation. You will see them drop in the shotgun and use some spread, but they're primarily I formation as they'll face a 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, one thing you'll watch from the Huskies defense is their active linebackers. Weichel, Hunter, Angel, all very, very good tacklers, and their stats will provide that.
They are out of the I. Fullback, and that tailback is Heinen. Here for Pennebaker. Here's his quick drop across the middle on that little slant again to Wolvatny. And they go to the well on that one again, and they'll pick up another first down on that slant play from the wide receiver, spread out wide left, out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, Wolvatny, another slant and another great pass. Nice job by St. Francis to give what the Huskies defense is, or take what the Huskies defense is taking.
Weston Knox making the tackle, the quarterback here for the Huskies. Playing that right corner spot. 1st and 10, Fighting Saints, no score first quarter from the 42. Pennebaker, good protection, out breaks down, and now he is tangled up and he'll go down. He'll be sacked. Defensive lineman Dylan Owens. It looked like Pennebaker, showing good strength, was going to try and get out of it. He almost did, but Owens able to wrap him up and pull him down. It's a sack all the way back to the 35.
Well, Owens is taking over for Shearer right now, and he blows through the line, and great job of just holding on and being able to wrestle him down with a little help from his friends.
Pennebaker from the shotgun, as we mentioned. 2 running backs here, either to his left and right. 3 wide receivers on 2nd down and long, 2nd and 18. Pennebaker rolls out, looking for the screen. He has Heinen. He has some room to the 40, gets tripped up and then hit. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, plus maybe a yard or 2, just shy of the 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and not long, but 3rd down and manageable.
Yeah, really nice job of selling the screen, and Pennebaker looking downfield doesn't find his running back until the defense has committed. So nice pickup to get back to a 3rd and 9.
3rd down and long. Technically 3rd down and long, but it's certainly much more manageable than 3rd down and 18. 3rd and 18 would have been 3rd and a country mile.
Yep.
That's the category we put that one in. Here is just a regular mundane 3rd down and long, 3rd and 9. In motion is Lucas Hess, the wide receiver, out of the eye under center. Here's the toss to Heinen, the running back. Can he get it? He can't. He'll be shy of the 50 to about the 49-yard line. And that'll make it a 4th down situation here for the Fighting Saints. Tackle Sam Angel there for the Andover Huskies.
Yeah, it was a good stick by Schumacher, too, as he comes up and puts his shoulder into the guts of Heinen. So another punting situation for St. Francis.
Saints picked up a couple of first downs on that possession. Bring up a 4th down and 5. Clock ticking here, under 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. For those of you viewing via QCTV here today, of course, we're working along with CTN. They're going to pitch it back, and it looked like he was going to throw it or maybe punt, so a little razzle-dazzle for the Saints. Pennebaker was the man who ended up getting the toss, and then he falls down. And that'll turn it over, and Andover have outstanding field position as Lucas Hess, little razzle-dazzle, just didn't quite work for the Saints.
Well, you can see right here, Henne was trying to get loose, and as Pennybaker took a step to his left, he lost his footing. So great opportunity for the Huskies here to get back in to the red zone.
Pennybaker is their normal punter, and I don't know if that was an option there. We'll do a little quick kick, like a rugby kick. First down and 10 for the Andover Huskies at their 36 at the St. Francis 36. And here's a little pitch option play the other way for the Andover Huskies. And Caden Wheeler gets a nice pickup, by far their best run of this game on the ground, gaining 9.
Yeah, that was a great cutback. When he gets out in space, he is so good at being able to be elusive. Nice job by Wheeler.
DeVellis coming into this game a 138 quarterback rating. He's going to keep it here. He can do that. Had a lot of success with that play against Elk River. The quarterback keep makes a nice cut inside. That's enough for an Andover first down as they'll work it inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, he just cuts in. All he's trying to do is just get that first down and keep the sticks moving. Nice job by DeVellis.
Wheeler in the backfield in movement. One of the wide receivers on the right side of the formation. Ethan Guerra, who had been injured the last couple of games. 5-yard penalty, false start offense. Ethan Guerra, and something we can mention about St. Francis here, the kind of the mixed up razzle-dazzle play. They have been out more than they've been in.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They have been shut down more than they have practiced because of the COVID-19 protocols here. So Andover actually, they asked Andover to move this game to Saturday so they could have an extra day, and Andover gladly obliged. And that's why we're playing on Saturday here today, to give St. Francis an extra day to prepare, because they haven't been able to practice and haven't been able to prepare. Little swing pass intended for Wheeler is overthrown, incomplete. It'll be second down.
Thomas Green with a little bit faster and speedier rush than normal, and DeVellis had to throw it a little bit too soon.
Andover left 5 receivers, 4 to the left. Empty backfield for Connor DeVellis on second down and long. 2nd and 15. From the St. Francis 29-yard line, DeVellis, quick pass. That's that little wide receiver running back screen in this instance. And that's a play where you've got the 3 receivers there as your lead blockers, and the Saints able to read that pretty well. Wheeler will gain maybe just 1.
Yeah, 4 receivers over there. Cade Wheeler, who is good, but it was read really easily. A nice tackle by number 6, Lucas Hess.
Now Wheeler back in the backfield, 3rd and long. 3rd down, 15. They gave him no gain on that quick screen out on the left flat. 3 wide receivers here to the right this time for DeVellis on 3rd down. Connor looks right, throws left, deflected at the line of scrimmage, and it falls incomplete. Short hopped in front of Thomas Green. And that'll make it 4th down. And the St. Francis Saints fighting defense holds here. This is very possible 4-down territory, more than likely here for the Huskies.
Well, right now we'll see where the safeties end up for the Saints. They should be back right on that line to gain.
That's just about where they are, maybe a step or 2 inside of that. Again, out of the spread. Connor DeVellis gives the first, the beginning part of the cadence, and then he gets the rest of the play from the sideline, ready to go. IFA in motion here to the near side. It'll be DeVellis to pass, 4th down to the end zone, goes that way, and it's overthrown. Well covered. Good job by the Saints defensive backs and secondary. Not a whole lot there for DeVellis to throw at, and the Saints defense, kind of a bend but not break defense so far in this game, and they're getting the job done. That'll turn it over to the Saints offense.
Well, I think what we're seeing twice, 2 passes into the end zone where it has come in short or not right. I think once it gets past the grandstand, the wind is taking, he's not necessarily taking into account the wind as it's going across the field at that point.
And I think Connor DeVellis and the rest of the Huskies, although it had just been a turnover, they give it anyway, but that could have been intercepted had it been underthrown. So they were fortunate that it was overthrown, or it could have been intercepted with the double coverage.
Well, it's almost fortunate that St. Francis didn't, because they'd moved back 7 yards.
That's right. Put it into perspective there. Would have padded the interception stats. First down and 10 for Pennybaker, and they'll give to their tailback Heinen. Matthew Heinen is the running back, 5'10", 165-pound senior, gaining a couple on first down. That first game against Alexandria, Disher had a 1-yard touchdown run. Their other touchdown was Pennybaker, an 81-yard touchdown pass to Wolvatny. That was a 49-14 loss at Alexandria. I mentioned this is the first game of the season at home for Andover. St. Francis has not played a home game either. They'll host Buffalo next week. Fingers crossed. And one other note about that, Chisago Lakes, they're playing Cambridge Isanti today at Chisago Lakes over in Lindstrom. They haven't played a game yet this year because of all this. So this is their first game of the season for Coach Bill Weiss over at Chisago Lakes against Cambridge Isanti, a team that is 0-3 on the season. They've been able to get all their games in, but they've had to do some creative scheduling as well. Second down, 9. Pennebaker, Heinen again, stacked up. Gets to about the 32. And again, the interior of the Andover defense really tough to crack, and it has been all season long. Really, the front seven for Andover has been outstanding. Other coaches have been telling me about it. You can really see it when you watch them live.
Yeah, the linemen just lock up the blockers, and Israelson and Weichel in the middle there just clean up. It's a very effective defense. And it's nice to see the run defense that's available for the Huskies.
Final 2 minutes of the first quarter, we're scoreless. We've had some ball movement. Each team has picked up a few first downs here in this game, but nothing on the board yet. That was Hess in motion. Here's the toss over. That's Ashton Hain, their other back, and he tries to turn the corner and again get some positive yardage, but it's not going to be enough for a first down, as he'll be down at the 35-yard line, right side of that Andover defense getting over there and preventing him from turning that corner. It'll be fourth down.
Well, last time we saw a fake punt or possible fake punts, don't know. I don't think we'll see it this deep. It's a great opportunity with the change of quarter coming in, the change of the field. A great opportunity to get some field position for the Saints.
Schumacher's back deep, Pennebaker to punt. Oh, and it's a snap that goes through his hands, and it's loose, and the Huskies will have a golden opportunity all the way back to the 15-yard line. And that against special teams, just a mix-up there for the Saints, and the Huskies are there to capitalize.
Well, you had mentioned it's been a couple of weeks since they've played, and twice the punt team has failed right through the hands of Pennebaker. Nice job by Fine to pick that up.
That instance there was just a bad short hop long snap, and that's again something that comes with repetition. It comes with getting those reps in, doing it over and over and over again. And the short hop snap dooms the Saints, gives the Huskies a great opportunity. Wheeler breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, inside the 10, down to the 5, short of the 5, about at the 6-yard line with 40 seconds left and ticking in quarter number 1.
You know, the Saints need to feel very fortunate right now. 3 times inside the red zone or close to the red zone, and it's still 0-0. So the Huskies have a chance to at least get on the board before the end of the half, or end of the quarter.
Thomas Green, the junior linebacker, making the tackle for the Fighting Saints, and they're visiting whites. Huskies here on Senior Day wearing the black uniforms. First time this year they've worn them here. First home game. IFA in motion. Shotgun. Second down. And a scramble to the goal line. Not in. DeVellis with a nice little scramble and keeper there, and he zigzagged his way, and he gets a first down. It'll be first and goal inside the 3.
Well, what a great fake. Caden Wheeler just got thumped as we ended the first quarter.
And that is the end of the first quarter. Andover knocking on the door in a scoreless game. Week 4 of the high school football season. Huskies and the Fighting Saints here on CTN.
This is my kingdom come. This is my kingdom come.
Hi, I'm Ryan Nagasu, 2010 Olympian and bronze medal winner of the 2014 U.S. Championships. I knew I loved skating at the age of 5, and now it's become my life passion. Find your skating passion at the Coon Rapids Ice Center. Classes are available all year round. It could be the place where your skating dreams come true. See you on ice.
No score. Welcome back to Andover High School. Husky Stadium, the campus of Andover High School. It will have turf next year. In fact, all the Anoka Hennepin schools will have AstroTurf. That was a long time coming. And I know, I'm sure all the sports programs, football, soccer, lacrosse, be able to use those fields. Everybody's excited about that coming up next year.
Yeah, well, last week was a prime example. The first home game for the Huskies, and they had to play at Park Center because they did not have turf here.
The Elk River School District, they're also getting turf. Rogers, Zimmerman, and Elk River will have turf. So more turf in the North Central District Blue Division. Wheeler stumbling his way, trying to make his way to the goal line. He's down at the 1, and that was Martine Kittleson, who's the fullback. Low center of gravity. He's a very good interior defensive lineman. He tripped him up.
Yeah, nice job of just holding on and grabbing a shoelace to wrestle down Wheeler.
Second down and goal. Huskies trying to be the first one here to blast one through. Quarterback to Velas. Wheeler gets it right side, makes the cut, touchdown. 1 yard touchdown run. Wheeler and the Huskies on the board first.
Well, nice job by Wheeler just to take that, and the line for the Huskies did a great job of just containing and keeping those linebackers at bay. Wheeler with a nice touchdown run.
Wheeler getting his second touchdown rushing of the season. Good blocking on that right side, as you mentioned, Jim. And he had 1, 2, maybe 3 holes to choose from.
He really did.
On that right side. Here's the point after. Ethan Gallipo off the hold of Calvin Foy is up and good. Extra point good. 7-0 Huskies. And let's take a look at that touchdown play from a different angle here. A couple of different looks. A little high stepping in.
And you can see Isaac Lang and Kosek on that right side, just getting that push and sealing that hole for Caden Wheeler to get in.
Mentioned a couple of times already, we're CTN production here in collaboration with QCTV. If you're watching it on QCTV platform, whether online, mobile app, or on your cable TV system, on QCTV later on today, we've got a big one. It's the Pumpkin Bowl, and I'm not a historian of the Pumpkin Bowl, but I would think based on schedules in the past, this has got to be the first time ever that the Pumpkin Bowl has actually been played on Halloween. So if there's something good, Jim, if there's something good that has come out of 2020 and all of this, we can hang our hat on the Pumpkin Bowl being able to play on Halloween. The only sad part is they can't have all the fans in there that they want. Just think of what the atmosphere would be, and of course it's a catch-22. We wouldn't be in this position, but still, I guess if there's anything good coming out of that, it would be that, historically, playing at Goodrich Field. Return by the St. Francis Fighting Saints out across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Lucas Hess, the return man, and now the Saints will find themselves down here 7-0 as they get their first possession of the second quarter.
Yeah, it's such a fun environment, like you mentioned, the uniforms, the field painting, and just a great celebration. One of the best Minnesota high school football traditions out there is that Pumpkin Bowl.
St. Francis first down and 10, their game against Alexandria. They were down 19-14 at halftime, played a really good first half, but then Alexandria, a.k.a. Alec, scored 23 points in the third quarter on their way to that win 3 weeks ago. 90% of the Saints team was shut down and quarantined at one point. First down and 10, Pennebaker, good arm, lofts it up, intercepted, picked off. That'll be Knox. Intended for Hess, a ball that was kind of up for grabs. Hess got turned around and in position to make the interception, going up and getting it. Weston Knox, and the Huskies have it right back.
Great job, great positioning by Knox and body control to be able to turn, and it was on the outside. Knox, great job of just reeling it in, and the Huskies are back in business. Second turnover in a row for the Saints.
You could tell Hess expected that to be on the inside, and he did have inside position. And I don't know if the ball sailed a little bit on Pennebaker there due to the wind, but it just pushed to the outside, and a relatively easy interception for Knox. First down and 10. Connor DeVellis on the ground, keeps it. Nice cut up the middle, and he's out across, leans out across the 45 to the 47-yard line. DeVellis is not, I mean, his passing numbers are awesome this year, but he's not afraid to run the ball either.
Nope. And I think what we're seeing is the Saints committing to Wheeler, and that's opening up the space for DeVellis to run.
DeVellis 710 yards passing coming in. This one, Wheeler this time on the ground. He'll gain a first down for the Huskies, but DeVellis 710 yards passing coming into the game. His completion percentage 65.6%, but now they're getting some and having some success on the ground here as they move the sticks. Nearing midfield, 48-yard line. DeVellis looks near side, and it's going to be off the mark. Calvin Foy, the intended receiver, 3 receptions entering the game here today for the Huskies, second down.
Yeah, nice job by the Saints rush to be able to get out there as number 20 for the Saints, Thomas Green, who's been in the backfield a bunch on a blitz, took out DeVellis before he could really get his feet planted.
Foy is the man split wide right here. You'll see at the bottom of your screen. 3 receivers left. 2nd and 10. DeVellis, straight drop, cross the middle, caught. Ben Kopetsky, and he's got a first down. Made a man miss and got his way down to the 40-yard line before being tackled by Thomas Green. But a nice move, and Kopetsky isn't even one of their starting wide receivers, and he has now 12 receptions on the season.
That's pretty impressive. And a nice pass right in stride as Kopetsky was right across the middle. And one thing you've got to put it up, the blitz came in, 5-man rush, and DeVellis was able to handle it. 1st
and 10. They'll do play a swing pass. They got to cover that up in case that is a lateral. Well, they will whistle it down. We'll have to take a look at the replay. It was close, as that was intended over to Kopetsky on the far side this time. Looked like they were trying that wide receiver screen again.
So the ball was DeVellis threw it about the 50 and landed about the 49. So that was a
forward pass.
Forward pass.
That'll make it 2nd and 10. Ball at the 40, 7-0 Andover. DeVellis to pass across the middle. This one's going to be stripped and incomplete. Ben Audette has it knocked away with Lucas Hess on the coverage. 3rd down.
Well, Hess has been in the backfield, or been on a bunch of coverages so far and done a nice job. These Saints are really sticking close to these Husky receivers.
DeVellis faced with a 3rd down. Connor DeVellis, junior quarterback, of course, son of head coach Tom DeVellis in his first year here at Andover after spending 20 years at Blaine and 2 years at Coon Rapids as the AD, 6-year head coach at Blaine. He has a man open on the flat. That's caught. That's Masungu. He turns. Did he get enough for the first down? He needed to get to the 30, and he did. So Sam Masungu, his 10th reception of the season, and it's a big first down reception here for the Huskies.
Masungu did a nice job of coming back to get it and then fighting to get to the 30. So nice job by Masungu.
3rd down conversion for the Huskies. 1st down and 10 from the St. Francis Fighting Saint 30-yard line. These two teams do have a very good rivalry. They're neighbors. St. Francis to the north. Little swing pass here near side. Audette breaks a tackle inside the 25, inside the 20. First down out of bounds at about the 19. Audette would not be brought down, and he gets another Andover first down.
Well, great job by not Audette to get the first down, but that whole play was set up by Calvin Foy to be able to get that chip block on the D-back to set Foy free, or set Audette free.
Officials timeout here. One of the linemen for the Huskies, Isaac Lane, you see him there. He was holding his elbow. So he will come out. Dylan Carger, 6'4", 245-pound senior, will take his spot. There you see, broken tackle. Another broken tackle, spinning, turning, pulling his feet away from those. If you can high step and leg kick, you can get out of those tackles, those ankle tackles, successfully, and that's exactly what Audette did there. DeVellis to pass again, little sidearm sling, and it's going to be incomplete. Masungo, the intended receiver, pass a little bit behind him. 2nd down.
That was like a changeup as a baseball pitch, as it kind of just hung up in the air as it went to Masungu, and he tried to adjust, but to no avail. He was open. If DeVellis let him a little bit far, that would have been another touchdown for the Huskies.
These teams have played in the playoffs the last 4 of 5 years. Last 5 years they've played in the postseason in Section 7. And that's how you build rivalries, those matchups in the playoffs, no doubt. And here's an out pattern towards the boundary for Kopetsky, and that's out of his reach. Incomplete, 3rd down.
Well, 3rd down and 10. They're definitely going to be in 4-down territory. I think we'll probably most likely see if they can get 5 yards, that makes a real manageable 4th down conversion try.
Andover won last year's meeting, regular season. They did not play in the playoffs last year. It was 28-7. And then they had played in the 4 playoff seasons previous in a row. DeVellis throwing it again, going up, incomplete. Again, Masungu, who does have some ups. He can get up there. If it was thrown a little higher, he may have been able to haul that down, but he actually jumped and had to bring his hands down, it appeared, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Again, I don't know if the wind is pushing it, but Masungu had a
good coverage, too.
Yeah, it could have.
Tanner Skoquist, good coverage. Although Skoquist giving up at least 4 or 5 inches. That'll bring up 4th down. Like I said, 4th down territory. Huskies will elect to go for it, at least it appears that they are. From the St. Francis 20, up 7-0. DeVellis, straight drop. Looks across the middle, same play again to the end zone, incomplete through the fingertips of Weston Knox this time. So was that 3 in a row, basically post patterns, trying to work the middle of that St. Francis Fighting Saints defense. That time it was Hess on coverage, and they're able to hold.
Yeah, and it just hung on DeVellis a little bit, and Knox unable to bring it in. He was open.
Yeah, he did. You could see where he had to stutter step and slow down, and that allowed Hess, who was beaten on the play initially, did not turn his head back, but it appeared that his contact came just as the ball was getting there. Looked like a legal play, and that'll turn it over here to the Saints. So again, some movement here, and the Saints defense, though, bending but not breaking and keeping it 7-0.
One of the things we did not see was Gogo AFA out there. I'm wondering if there's an injury. He's trying to stretch his legs out a little bit on the sideline. We'll have to see on the next drive.
Pennebaker rolling out, 1st down throwing for the Saints. He's got a man open on the far side. Caught, Volvatny towards the far sideline. That'll be enough for a 1st down, 11-yard gain on 1st down for the St. Francis Fighting Saints. This will be a situation for them here. Andover will get the ball to start the second half. They have 8:50 in the clock running here left in the first half. A chance that they maybe, what they want to do here is mount a drive and get some points on the board. Here's their chance.
I think they're feeling very fortunate right now that they're only down by 7. As Huskies have had 4 drives deep in Saints territory.
2nd down and 10. Pennebaker. Little Statue of Liberty there with the fake, and he hands it off to Heinen, and he is stopped in the backfield. No gain.
Didn't feel like we've said before, the interior defense and Hunter and Angel on the outside have done a great job of cleaning up these runners. You see Hunter right here just wrestling down the St. Francis running back.
Max Hunter, linebacker, also does their kicking and punting. 3 sacks on the season with an interception for Max Hunter. He's made some big defensive plays. He had a big defensive play and a hold in the game against Bemidji. Opening up the season with a win. Again, Andover 3-0 entering the game here today. From the eye, 2nd down and 10. Pennebaker rolling, almost picked off, and if Weichel hauls that in, he might be dancing into the end zone for a pick 6 off his fingertips and incomplete.
Well, he'll be thinking about that on this play and throughout the rest of the game and into tonight, because that was a true gift of a pick 6.
And he knows it.
Yep.
Made a nice move on the ball.
Steps
the
up.
Receiver was Hain.
Well, Colin Weichel good at tackling. Probably one of the reasons why he's on the defensive side.
3rd and 10. Well, we talked about the Saints maybe mounting a drive here and getting some points on the board. One thing they don't want to do is give it to Andover in good field position. And now we're going to get a timeout. Saints will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts here in this first half. A little bit more about this series, Jim. 6-1 in the last 7 here for the Andover Huskies. Last 7 meetings between these teams. You mentioned that they play every year. They're now in the same sub-district. They were never in the same conference. Andover, of course, in the Northwest Suburban Conference for years. And when we went to district scheduling, that's when these two teams found themselves in regular season play and postseason play. Hey, coming up on CTN, don't miss Sports Night weekly. Joe and Howie, how do you and I get our own puppets?
I don't know.
Do we need to know somebody? Do we need to know the Jim Henson family? Do we need to
another Jim? Yeah, I'm sure they can. I don't know if they have enough
material. I'm sure it's a great show. I don't know. I sadly I don't live in Coon Rapids anymore. I don't have cable TV. But just based on that promo and that graphic and the fact that they have puppets, Jim, that's got to be the greatest show on TV right now here, at least on this side of the river.
Well, that absolutely means you have hit the big time at that point.
3rd down and 10 for the Saints. Pennebaker pressured, rolling right side, throws it, caught, no, incomplete. Trying to go to that sideline and trying to find Watney. Has been his favorite target here in the first game of the season and also here, but it falls incomplete, and that'll make it 4th down for the Saints.
Well, nice job by Weichel again on the pressuring as he came around on a blitz. Pennebaker didn't have any time to set himself, and good 3 and out for the Huskies.
Pennebaker will stand at his own 15-yard line here to let it go. One man deep is Andover's #1, Andrew Schumacher. Andover end line drive punt. It'll take a St. Francis bounce, but good hands there by Schumacher. Returnable. 50, 45 near sideline down to the 40. Good starting field position for the Huskies. Just exactly what the Saints didn't want to do here with plenty of time left in this first half.
Well, great decision by Schumacher to grab this. If it gets past him, it's going to be an outstanding punt, and it really is about a 40-yard difference with the 25-yard return by Schumacher, who's been an exciting player on special teams.
Connor DeVellis to go to work here for the Huskies. His center is Alex Frosley. Snaps it back. Here's the carry and the give. Diefe a chance to run with the ball in his hands. He can make people miss, and he gains about 9.
Well, there he is. We mentioned it on the last, not part of that last drive. On this one, it looks like he is in good shape health-wise.
Kind of a jet sweep coming through, or he came in motion from the right side of the formation. Clean handoff from DeVellis, 2nd down and a yard. Here's Diefe again. They fake the play coming to the near side. DeVellis keeps 1st down. He'll be upended inside the 30, close to the 25. They'll mark him at the 26-yard line. That'll be a 1st down here for the Huskies.
Yeah, much improved rushing attack as the Huskies have struggled with some of their passing when it gets down towards the red zone. So we'll probably see quite a few runs on the ground.
DeVellis, Wheeler past him, swings it out to Audette. Audette again fighting his way, tiptoeing, dragging a tackler inside the 20 to about the 15. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. That's twice now here this quarter that Ben Audette would just absolutely refuse to go down.
So does Audette charge Hess with an Uber fee for that
no,
drive?
If I'm Gavin McCoy, I force Audette to pay him to get his shoe back is what I do. 1st down and 10 from inside the 15. It's Wheeler, makes a nice move, zigzags his way inside the 5 down to the 4. Gain of 8 or 9. Yeah, let's take a look at that play again by Audette.
Looks like he may have stepped out of bounds. Let's see right. No, he looks like he's
close,
in bounds. So great job with the official right there to keep the eyes on it, and Audette gets an extra 6 yards.
2nd down and short. They can get a 1st down without a touchdown. DeVellis picking his way through. He's got the 1st down. He's close to a touchdown. He's in. Connor DeVellis picking his way into the 2nd level here against the St. Francis defense. He had secured the 1st down. He wasn't happy with that. He wanted the touchdown, and he got it. It's a 2-score lead for the Huskies.
Well, you give them what you can do, and the Huskies have struggled with their passing game, and DeVellis has done a nice job now, up to 24 yards on the ground and a 1st touchdown. So great job by the Huskies to recognize that they can get in on the ground, not just through the air.
Extra point, Gallipo, Foy the hold, and the kick. Looks true, and it is. 14-0 Andover. looking to go to 4-0, trying to make it 7 wins in the last 8 meetings against these St. Francis Fighting Saints. And just a good, strong run. Connor DeBella showing that he does have strength. He's tough to bring down.
Yeah, absolutely. Running over number 34, Bartle. Strong linebacker. So 14, up 14, 2 touchdowns on the ground, all through the air last week for the Huskies. So we're starting to see the Huskies gain their legs through the ground.
Last week, 43-7 against Buffalo at Park Center. You were there. They built a 43-0 lead. They were up 36-zip at halftime. And quarterback Connor DeVellis, 313 yards, 5 touchdowns, and he barely played in the second half.
Yeah,
he was done after the first possession of the second half, I think.
That is true. So for those of you who were watching last week on the first play, Matt Barter was injured.
Here's the Hunter kick, kind of a short kick. That'll give St. Francis some pretty good starting field position here, just shy of their 40-yard line, as they find themselves now down 14-0.
So Matt Barter for Buffalo was hurt on the first play. Ambulance came out, broken leg, a compound fracture. He is doing well from what I've heard right now. Surgery on Monday was very successful, and looking as his future for maybe not football, but for being able to walk is going to be good. So good news for the Buffalo Bison.
Zach Klock made the tackle on that special teams play. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Saints. Really in need of some offense here, and at least take some time off the board here and not give it back to Andover. They will get the ball to start the second half. The Huskies will, and the handoff right into the line, and there's not a whole lot of room this time around for Devin Fisher in his first carry of the game. And they're going to tackle him at the line of scrimmage, maybe even a loss of half a yard. 2nd down.
Good penetration again by the Huskies as Surgenor was able to get past on the nose and grapple down the running back.
Yeah, Surgenor again in place of the injured Sean McDermott, who had played so well, anchoring that defensive line at the nose tackle spot. 2nd down, long 10. Quarterback Pennebaker to the middle, picked off again. Knox has his 2nd one of the game, and here's the return. And he has blocking, 40, 35, 30, cuts back in, and he's down to the 20. Knox was back there kind of playing center field. We do have flags down at the St. Francis 30. We're going to have to sort this out.
Well, I know there's at least one hold on the St. Francis as
And Jim, that's exactly what it was, holding on the St. Francis Saints on the pass play, trying to protect their quarterback, and they will decline that.
You can see right here Israelson getting pulled right there.
And then Knox with a nice return. And the Huskies are back in business from the St. Francis Fighting Saint 21-yard line.
Let's see if they do a quick strike or keep it on the ground.
Huskies spread formation, DeVellis. Looking to his right, swings it out, caught. Logan Myers, his first catch of the game. And he gets a yard. Tackled by Thomas Green for the Fighting Saints.
Said Thomas a couple of times. So nice short passes right now is where the Huskies are finding some of their success.
A week ago, Kopetsky had 5 receptions, IFA 4 receptions, 3 of them were for touchdowns, and here is IFA on the end around, 10, 15, he's gonna high step in. Touchdown IFA, 20-yard run, and the Saints could not contain on that far side, and IFA burned him.
Yeah, and you can credit Logan Myers with a great block on the linebacker that sprung AFA. And you mentioned the containment that the edge was not sealed. As you can see right here, Logan Myers, number 22 on number 35, was able to just get in the way, and IFA, who's great in the open field, into the end zone for their 3rd touchdown on the ground today.
The Gallipo kick, hold by Foy. Good snap, good hold, and that results in a good kick. 21-0 in favor of Andover, taking advantage of what good teams do. Team gives you an opportunity. They present it on a platter with the interception. You get good field position. Good teams take advantage, and that's what the Huskies did.
Yeah, they have lived on this side of the 50 most of the half, and the first 3 trips in, no fruit for their labor, and now they are running. The last 2 have been easy running touchdowns for the Huskies.
A go-go IFA, so exciting to watch. I mean, we know him as a wide receiver, but you get the ball in his hands, he can make things happen, even from the running game and a handoff in the backfield like that play there.
Last week, 4 catches, I believe 177 yards, 3 touchdowns, and was electric out on the field last week.
And if the Huskies can have some semblance of a running game and have success on the running game, that's only going to happen. That's only going to help their outstanding passing game with Connor DeVellis. And when they get into the section playoffs later on in the season, here's the kick by Hunter and the return. Gavin McCoy stutters his way onto about the 25-yard line. That's where the Saints will get it here. And we need to mention the Andover defense. They've helped their offense here, giving them good field position, stopping the Saints in their tracks, since the Saints early on in this game did have some success, Jim, but since then it has been almost nil here for the St. Francis offense.
Yeah, they had some success on the ground that opened up. Pennybaker's made a couple of nice throws at the beginning on the first couple of drives. But it's really kind of dried up as the Huskies defense, especially the D-backs, have really clamped down.
Fullback is Carter Bartell. Quarterback Cody Pennebaker. Junior, good size, 6'4". He'll pass, pressured, flushed out. On the run, scrambling, straight arm, and he's going to run out of bounds. Ball was resting at the 25, and he may have gone out of bounds. Might be a loss on that play. It'll be second and long.
Well, Hunter was closing quickly, number 24, the linebacker. He is very fast, as Pennybaker had to make some moves and didn't have an opportunity to really even set his feet. So just take it out of bounds, shut down the clock, and live for another play.
And he wanted to throw that ball. Credit to the coverage downfield for the Huskies and their secondary doing a nice job. They haven't given Pennybaker much to throw at here. Receivers have had good coverage, and of course a couple of picks in the game here today by Weston Knox. 4:10 on the clock here in the first half. Pennebaker on second down, and he throws it to the sideline out of bounds, incomplete, intended for Isaac Vincent.
You know, I think the one thing that you mentioned, the Huskies' running attack, their passing attack will help open up their passing attack. I can't wait for their last game as they take on the Rogers Royals, which who lost last night to Moorhead. But that will be an outstanding matchup coming up between the 2 really top-level teams in 5A.
And in between there, they have a game at Cambridge Isanti. Cambridge Isanti playing today at Chisago Lakes. Elk River defeated Buffalo last night, 52-19, among some of the other games in the North Central Blue. They set up the screen. Do they have room? Far side for Matthew Heinen, and he's tackled. Heinen got a couple of yards, but that'll be it. Out to the 26, and on the coverage, Noah Israelson read that well.
Yeah, Israelson, great job. Great open field tackle, and it was well set up. Israelson, if he gets past Israelson, that is a first down and more.
So that's another 3 and out here. 3 in a row, according to my count here, for the Andover defense. And they're going to get the ball back. Some pressure up the middle. Pennybaker has to hurry to get it off. Schumacher had a nice return on the last one. Will allow this one to bounce, pick it up at his 40, and he zigzags, serpentines his way into plus territory across the 50 and into St. Francis territory. And with 3:23 on the clock, Andover has time to work.
Nice job again. He is a fun returner to watch. He is like you said, serpentine and can wiggle his way up. We saw it last week with a great return into around the 13-yard line. And this week, 2 nice returns on the last 2 punts.
Wheeler, the lone back in the backfield, out of the spread here. Shotgun back to DeVellis, play fake. Far side, wide open is IFA as they were giving him a big cushion. Gavin McCoy, big cushion, and IFA hauls it down at the 25.
Well, there was a seam in between where the zone was, and IFA just found it along with DeVellis, and a great pass and catch And IFE makes it look easy, doesn't he?
He sure does. First down, Andover. Inside of the St. Francis 25-yard line. DeVellis pressured. He's going to go down. He was looking to the near side. He had rolled out of the pocket but from behind, Joseph Waldock able to haul him down. And a sack and a loss on the play.
Good penetration there by number 21, Joe Waldock, who
linebacker blitz, and nobody picked him up. He picked the perfect lane to come through because the running back Wheeler went to the left side and Waldock came right back up the middle. So it's a second down swing pass play over here near side Kopetsky. And he'll be down inside the 30. He'll make his way to the 27.
So DeVellis had two decisions. IFA was on one side, Kopetsky on the other. He chose Kopetsky. And Foy again with a nice job of getting out there and trying to get that initial block and spring it free.
Skoquist makes the open field tackle for the Fighting Saints. 3rd and 12. DeVellis this time to the far side, looking to his left. It's caught. Masungu goes down to the field, makes the catch. No chance to advance. He'll be down at the 21. That will bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, not a whole lot of yards after catch and just moving that chain up there. Good 4th down opportunity for the Huskies.
Did a nice job catching that ball. If it falls incomplete, it's 4th down and 12, and instead 4th and considerably more manageable at 7 yards to go. Andover has all 3 of their timeouts. 4th down and 7. DeVellis chased and down. Unable to escape the St. Francis defense. Devin Fisher, the one able to chase him down, and DeVellis gets up a little bit hobbled as he steps and walks on over to the Andover sideline. Big stop there for the Fighting Saints.
2 sacks in a row, and Captain Fisher able to get a hold of DeVellis and wrestle him down. Nice turn of events for the Saints as we get close to the end of the first half.
Yeah, Fisher, one of their captains, Bozen, Gerlach, Heinen, Kuznia, Pennebaker, and Volvatny, the other captains here for Coach Swaggart. And you can see Connor DeVellis trying to work that limp out, trying to work out the kinks. So many times that'll happen when you get tackled from behind because you get caught and you get a little tweak. Let's hope it's just a tweak. First down, 10. Toss play, right side, Hain. Can he turn the corner? He does get 3. Probably end up just settling here for 2. Didn't quite make it to the 35-yard line. They'll mark it right at the 35. We'll give him 2. 2nd down and 8. Good defensive speed here. And you see DeVellis again. Hydrating and talking to the athletic trainer on site here today. But good speed laterally here for the Andover defense. And that's one of the things that makes their front 7 so good. And that's not just being strong up front at the line of scrimmage. It's being able to work laterally as we'll get a timeout here. First one for Andover.
Yeah, we saw Hunter on the last one force Pennebaker out of bounds. That one, Weichel. We've seen Israelson and Angel all really kind of make the Saints have a decision on whether they're going to throw it or not before they really want to. So just so everybody knows, the backup for DeVellis is Landon Nelson, number 82. How many quarterbacks have you ever seen that are number 82?
I think we should have more, to be honest. Bring them on, right? So Landon, he played quite a bit last week, didn't he? Because DeVellis left early on in the second half.
He did. He got his first touchdown.
I had him 4 or 5, yeah. I had him 4 or 5.
Yep. First touchdown pass of his high school career, and looked good out there.
And of course, you also have Elijah Alexander, who's waiting in the wings, ready to return. He's of course, played a lot of quarterback last year, and when he does return here for the last few weeks of the season, that's going to just add more to an already deep Andover team, really, when you think about their skill players and the talent that they have. They're excited, I'm sure, for him to come back. Swing pass, Pennebaker off the fingertips of Wolvatny, and it'll fall incomplete.
Wolvatny's made a couple of nice catches. That one he would like to have back. Pennebaker with a nice pass. Good touch pass right on the fingertips. Made this 3rd down a little bit easier.
35 here for the Saints from their own 35. 3rd down, 8 yards to go. Under a minute left, 50.5 as you see on your clock on the screen here, lower right corner. Pennebaker looks left. Breaking down, he goes down. Ball came loose. It was a fumble as he was going down. The sack by Justin Kenning, then the flex by Kenning, and it's Andover football with 40 seconds left in the half. As Pennebaker was getting hit, he lost the ball going down, and it's another turnover, third of the game here for the Saints.
Great job by Henning and just wrestling them down. And you're right, that ball was out before, punched it right out. And number 74 for the Dylan Owens with a great fumble, another fumble recovery, another turnover. That's the fourth turnover for the Saints this half.
And then Henning does his Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff impersonation. First down and 10. Andover in business again inside the St. Francis 30 plus territory here from the Saints 27. 40.6 to work here with a couple of timeouts. DeVellis to the flat, caught. Out in front, that's Guerra, who had a good first game for the Huskies, had 3 receptions and then missed the next 2 games because of injury. He returns it. A nice job kind of baiting the cornerback, almost made it feel like the cornerback, he made him feel like the ball wasn't coming, and then he moved to the ball late, made the catch, first down.
Yeah, nice job. That's the 7th receiver that Andover's thrown it to.
DeVellis goes that way again, and it's Guerra, but this one he can't haul in. That'll stop the clock, second down and 10. Yeah, they spread the ball around. I think the first game against Bemidji, where, you know, there wasn't a whole lot of offense in that game, but in that game I think they spread it around to 5 different receivers in a game that didn't feature a lot of passing, although DeVellis did have 189 yards and a touchdown in that Bemidji game. DeVellis went 208 against Elk River with 3 touchdowns and 313 last week, 5 touchdown tosses. Second and 10, it is DeVellis. Sidearm to the end zone, incomplete. In and out of the hands of IFA. I don't think the defensive back got a hand on it. Maybe he did, or that defensive back just threw the concentration of IFA off just enough to allow him not to haul that in for a score.
What a pass right in the midsection of IFA, and there possibly might have been a little bit of deflection, but that is a great pass by DeVellis.
Waldock had his arm in there.
Yep.
And if anything, that would throw off the concentration and the hand-eye coordination of the intended receiver IFA with 21.7 left in half number 1, 21-0 Andover. Huskies trying to add to that total, Saints trying to keep it at 21-0. DeVellis has 3 wide receivers to his left. Wheeler is the back, and a lineman moved. Eric Shear came out of his stance early. That'll move the Huskies back 5.
Dead ball, full start, number 75 offense. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Well, that makes that third down a little bit longer. And really right now, you've got really 2 spots to try to get it into the end zone.
3rd and 15, back outside the 20. From the 22, DeVellis steps up, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Good pressure. Lucas Andrews, 6'2", 200-pound defensive lineman, came in and had DeVellis wrapped up. His pass fluttered to the ground, 4th down.
Now he came right around the end, and just as DeVellis was trying to deliver a strike, he got struck.
That is one positive here for the Saints defense and for the Saints overall has been their pass rush. They've been able, with a combination of defensive linemen rushing and also linebacker blitzes, they've been able to get some pressure here on Connor DeVellis. And for them, I'm sure that was one of their keys, the way DeVellis has been able to sling the ball around here in the first 3 weeks of the season. IFA in motion, 4th and 15. Across the middle, up for grabs, it is knocked away. Foy was the intended receiver, and the Saints defense able to get a hand on it, knock it down, incomplete. That'll turn it over on downs.
Yeah, Wes Johnson, sophomore back there, was able to just get back there to be able to come over for some help. Foy was open for just a second, but great reaction by the safety safety Johnson.
So that'll give it here to the Saints. Andover will spread their defense out here. They'll send their defensive backs and their free safety. Colin Weichel is going to be standing all the way back at the 45. They'll be with 5.7 seconds left to go, defending against the Hail Mary. Pennebaker, the quarterback, 2 wide receivers, or 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs here in this formation. More than likely the final play of this first half. And they'll go on the ground. Fisher across the 30. Battles his way to the 35-yard line. A first down on the ledger sheet here for St. Francis, and that'll be the end of our first half. And Jim, just a quickie analysis here. Good first half for the Andover Huskies here.
Yeah,
With 21 on the board.
21 on the board. It could have been a significant amount more as they were stopped at least 4 times inside the red zone. And we'll see how the St. Francis Saints kind of counter that this next half.
21-0. Huskies lead the Fighting Saints on CTN.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You are there for them. We are here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
Oh, hi. I'm TV's Howie Shapiro. And when I'm not announcing CTN sports broadcasts with my sidekick Joe Yen, I'm watching all the other great programs on the CTN Studios YouTube page. There's news stories, great local events, and even full games. You can even watch on any smart device with a YouTube app. Whether that's your phone or a tablet, you can watch CTN's great programming wherever and whenever you want. You can even watch CTN's event coverage live. So no matter where you are, you can share in all the excitement. CTN Studios, building community through cable.
The county hopes construction of the overpass can start in March or April and be finished by the start of the new school year.
Yes, I'm going to live to be 100.
Julia, are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
The Coon Rapids Recycling Center can help you recycle all of your old appliances and electronics. From your old refrigerator to washers and dryers, we can help you recycle your appliances and keep them out of the waste stream, which is required by state law. When it comes to electronics, some fees may apply. Check our website for more details. The Coon Rapids Recycling Center, helping you recycle even more.
Did you know you can report problems to the city with your smartphone? Download the Coon Rapids app. The Report It feature allows you to describe the problem, snap a photo, and submit it directly to the city work order system. It's an easy way to report a pothole, broken street light, or other neighborhood concern. No smartphone? Then hop online and report your concern through the city's website. City maintenance problems solved the easy way. Coon Rapids Report It.
After quarantine, everyone is bound to look a little different. Some people gained a little weight, others lost some. Some had longer hair or a new beard. With Joe and Howie, it was a little different. Don't get me wrong, they acted like the same old Joe and Howie. What they came back with, a different energy. But something was off.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young. And I'm Howie Shapiro, and it really
Senior Day today, Andover High School, Husky Stadium. They announced all the seniors, greeted by their parents on the sidelines. And a real nice touch here on the Andover sideline. They painted on the field all the numbers of those seniors, which is kind of cool. You see a limited crowd here. You see those numbers of the seniors. That's the first time I've ever seen a school or a program do that. That's a nice touch.
It was excellent. Maybe for social distancing as the parents came out for senior day, but it was, like you said, a nice touch. And some stats, if you don't mind, Jim. We'll go through some stats right now. So far on the ground for the Huskies, 87 yards. And we'll take a look at some highlights.
Yeah, here's the key play. Big first quarter play. That was that IFA play that was caught, and then they tried to go to Masungu, and the pickoff in the end zone for the Fighting Saints. That was McCoy, who thought he had the pickoff earlier against IFA. Huskies come back. All three of their touchdowns were in the second quarter. Wheeler runs that first one in for 1 yard. 11:27 left early in the second quarter. Weston Knox, a pair of interceptions in the first half for the Huskies. Connor DeVellis to the end zone. Incomplete pass intended for Knox. They took some shots at the end zone. I mean, you can credit the Huskies for that. And DeVellis said, well, if I can't get there through the air, I'll get there using my feet and on the ground. And he's able to work his way into the end zone for a 4-yard run on that one. And then there's the pick. Second of the game by Weston Knox. Outstanding return, back in business, down to about the 20-yard line. And the Huskies again on the ground. All three touchdowns on the ground. 3 rushing touchdowns. IFA that time with a 20-yard run. Good pressure here in the sack of Pennebaker. And the turnover. One of 3 turnovers, 2 picks, and the interception in that first half for the Andover defense. Yeah. And their defense, obviously, are stat-wise and score-wise, they have to be very excited with the shutout here so far through the first half, 21-0. You have some auxiliary stats there, Jim?
I do, actually. The Huskies over 200 yards right now in total offense, 215. 87 on the ground, 128 through the air. Leading receiver, Gogo Ayafe, 3 catches for 58 yards. And on the ground, he has also 30 yards on the ground. So big days for Effie as he follows up with his big day from last week. And Wheeler on the ground, too, 7 carries, 33 yards. DeVellis, 5 carries, 24 yards. So much better on the ground this half than last week. For the St. Francis Saints, 29 yards on the ground, 38 through the air. As number 9, Wavotny has 3 catches for 30 yards so far for the St. Francis Saints. 4 turnovers, big number. Really, the big number is 4 turnovers for the Saints that have helped the Huskies have some great field position.
Other scores last night in the North Central Blue Division: Monticello edged Owatonna 7-6. That was part of a doubleheader down at Monticello. That was the early game, and then Moorhead and Rogers played in the second game. And Moorhead defeated the Royals 21-0. Elk River 52-19 downing Buffalo last night. And 1 game today, 2 games in fact in the North Central. The only one in the Blue District, Cambridge I-Sandy at Chisago Lakes. That game going on same time as this one here. And again, we talked about it earlier, Chisago Lakes. That's their first game of the season here in Week 4. And of course also on QCTV later on today, 5 o'clock. Following the reverse parade in Anoka for the Halloween celebration, 100 years as the Halloween capital of the world. And they'll cap it off with a 5 o'clock kickoff at Goodrich Field to Tino Grace and the Tornadoes. Tino Grace 1-2, and Anoka 1-1. Joe Ruland and Pete Hayes will have the call of that on QCTV. We're getting ready for the second half, 21-0 Andover. It's prep football on CTN.
Everyone's bound to look a little different. Some people gained a little weight, others lost some. Some had longer hair or new beard. With Joe and Howie, it was a little different. Don't get me wrong, they acted like the same old Joe and Howie. But they came back with a different energy. But something was off.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young. And I'm Howie Shapiro. And it really was.
city of Coon Rapids is a very pro-business community.
I think that the city's really been investing in themselves, and with the number of businesses that have come to Coon Rapids, again, I think it shows that there's growth and there's opportunity in this area.
Coon Rapids is home to more than 1,000 businesses. Thanks to its location, transportation options, and highly skilled workforce, the city is a prime location for business development.
The business community is very vibrant out here. There's lots of small businesses, and we represent a lot of those small businesses. So it's convenient for them to come to us. It's convenient for us to get to them when we need to.
Coon Rapids is conveniently located along Highway 10, just a short drive north from downtown Minneapolis. A wide variety of transportation options are available here, from major highways to mass transit opportunities, including an extensive bus system and commuter rail. The North Star commuter rail line offers a convenient station near Coon Rapids' busiest shopping area, Riverdale. A variety of housing styles are available here, as well as recreational opportunities everyone will enjoy.
Steinwell Incorporated has been very successful in doing business in the Coon Rapids community. We're close to a highway system, we're close to the Minneapolis airport. The leadership in the city of Coon Rapids has been incredibly supportive of our initiatives.
You want to load your DNA.
Preparing students to be the workforce of the future is a high priority here. Unique programs, both at Coon Rapids High School and Anoka Ramsey Community College, offer specialized training in fields such as biomedical science, allowing students the hands-on learning experiences that will benefit them in the workplace. Customized training programs for businesses are also available at the local college.
We serve businesses by listening to the business need and focusing on what their goal is to achieve a certain goal, whether it's bring new skills up for existing employees, or if they're saying we want some new workers.
We want to make sure that we are producing the best top-notch talent we can for these companies. We want to see businesses be successful here in the city. We want to see more businesses come in. The city has a lot to offer.
The city has shovel-ready sites available for businesses, prime locations close to great transportation options. And the city of Coon Rapids also offers resources and tools to help turn business dreams into reality.
Well, our experience in Coon Rapids has been a positive one. We've done a lot of work up here with a lot of our clients, and we find that our construction projects go very well here in the city.
With hundreds of millions of dollars of investments in recent years, Coon Rapids is a community on the move, a place where business dreams come true, a place that's ready to welcome you home.
I want the customer or the citizen to come in and enjoy what we have to offer. Most people that come into the facility are kind of taken back by it right away. They just think it's a beautiful facility.
We want to provide a fun environment for skaters to learn basic skills.
We love it. All of the skating instructors and coaches here are just great to work with, great with the kids.
Well, I like spins a lot.
I really enjoy the first few weeks of classes. We get so many beginners and they come out that first week and they're crawling on the ice and they're not able to stand, and by that second or third week they're all standing, they're all moving, they're getting across the ice, they have great smiles on their face. It's really a fun time to watch those new beginners.
The facility gets used for birthday parties quite often. We've had everything from wedding showers to family Christmases to baby showers and business meetings. When you come in, it really is kind of a welcoming atmosphere, and it provides I think it provides a good opportunity for kids to come in and learn.
It's just a great place to skate.
Cheerleaders dressed up here today along with Jim Childs. I'm Jim Erickson. 21-0 Andover as we get ready for half number 2 from Andover High School. Week 4 of the season. Huskies trying to go to 4-0 with games against Cambridge and Rogers still on their schedule. Fighting Saints just game number 2, and you can kind of tell for them that it has been. They're doing the cha-cha slide here during the halftime to varying degrees of success on the Andover sideline, it appears. But you can definitely tell that St. Francis, a little rusty. They haven't played since October 9th. They had to shut it down for 2 weeks, didn't come back until this last Monday. So basically it was like starting, this is like scrimmage for them. This is like scrimmage Saturday, that first week of pads, back, in the normal practice schedule that they used to do.
Yeah, you're just trying to build on the positives you had from the first half and try to get some confidence on your team as Hunter takes it.
Yeah, Wes Johnson with the kick to the Andover kicker, Max Hunter. So from one kicker to the other, tried a little squib there, maybe make something happen, maybe get it to pinball around and get the ball back here early on, but the Huskies were ready for it, and they'll get good starting field position. That was a theme that ran through almost that entire first half. Good starting field position for the Huskies.
Yeah, a lot of plus territory starts for the Huskies, and DeVellis on the ground was very effective.
Huskies up 21-0 to start the second half, and it will be DeVellis makes one man miss. He was pressured, almost tackled in the backfield by Gerlach, and then he gets free and makes his way back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10.
We saw a lot of easy passing in between the 20s, but once they got down inside the 20, the Huskies really struggled being able to connect any downfield passing.
Waldock making the tackle for the Fighting Saints. Basically take Round Lake Boulevard north, and you basically run into St. Francis High School just to the north of here. Oh, nice play. It's caught. It's Guerra. Turns on the speed in the secondary. He's deep into St. Francis territory, down to the 10. Nice play call there for Andover. I don't know if they were ready for Guerra, and it's a big gain.
Yeah, a 48-yard pass reception by Guerra, who takes this little bubble screen. Great blocking. You see all the 60s and 70s out in front, and Guerra takes it almost to the house out at around the 11-yard line.
In fact, they mark it inside the 10, just barely. It's first and goal for Andover on their opening possession. Wheeler takes the pitch. Can he get to the corner? Makes a cut. He's inside the 5, and he's down to the 2.
Nice blocking by the wide receivers out there. Efe Masungu, both out there locked up on their defenders, and Wheeler pulls it into the side, down to the 2.
Second and goal. Andover trying to add to their lead. DeVellis hit. Oh, and they blew that play up. That's Gerlach again. He had some help in there. One of their defensive linemen, Adam Bozen, was in there also, but Gerlach almost tackled the back and the quarterback at the same time here, as it was Wheeler. And by the time he got the ball, when he got it, he was already being hit and pushed back. Third and goal. Back to the 5. Andover marching here on their opening drive of the half. It's the fade to the backside, far side. IFA incomplete. It was man-to-man coverage, which is probably what they want to have with IFA. Good coverage by Tanner Skoquist.
Yeah, it was a fade, and Agogo did a little dance himself and twisted around a couple of times and just outside the reach.
Little early contact there on the right arm. Let go of it. IFA was able to go up and reach for it, but still, I don't think it was a catchable ball. Fourth and goal now. Key defensive play here for St. Francis. Not wanting to fall behind any more than the 21-0 that we're currently at. That's going to go to the far side for Knox along the backside of the end zone, and Knox hurdles one of the snow piles here into the big snow banks. Incomplete. That'll turn it over here to the Saints as you see the play here.
Yeah, well-designed play. He was open, and that ball just kind of floated on DeVellis again. Inside the 20. It's just difficult sledding for whether it be the wind or receivers not being in the spot they need to be in. But the Saints have a chance to build another defensive stop inside the 20.
Nice to see the snow pile starting to shrink here. And you can tell the field hasn't been used. I mean, it is in real nice shape from here. When I first got here and set up here in the press box, I thought, what, did they get turf already? Because it almost looked, it was in such pristine condition. It looked like artificial turf in the field turf. Pennebaker in the shadow of his own goalpost, just outside of his own end zone. A keeper here, nice safe play, gets out across the 50-yard line, or out across the 5-yard line here, out to the 6.
Yeah, it was a keeper in Max Hunter. Nice job of wrestling down the taller, lanky quarterback.
Second down. He got back to the line of scrimmage. Standing just outside his goal line is Pennebaker here with the shotgun snap. Rolling, throws against his body. He's got a receiver. It's caught. Little shake and bake shy of the 20, out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. A little bit of breathing room there. Clock will stop. Completed pass to Austin Wolvatne, who has clearly been the favorite target for Pennebaker when he has thrown here today. And it's a gain of 10 and a first down.
Yeah, wide open. Good stop, good route, good pass, and nice job to get that first down. That's his 4th catch of the day.
Some breathing room for the Fighting Saints. Just looking for something positive here. And that could just be here on this possession. Get it to midfield, at least tilt the field position game here a little bit in their favor. Pennebaker with a keeper out of that shotgun snap. Makes his way just shy of the 20-yard line at the 19, gain of a yard.
Well, a 6'4" quarterback, he can do a little wildcat, and nice run of a couple.
2nd and 9 officially, under 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Sun has been trying to break through almost all afternoon. It's been generally cloudy with a few peaks of blue. Got a full moon here tonight. You're feeling the effects of that, aren't you? Pennebaker feeling the effects of the Andover pass rush. On the run, throws, and a sliding catch incomplete. No, it falls and hits the turf, short hop by Isaac Vincent. 3rd down.
Yeah, Josh Surgenor was in the back pocket of Pennebaker just about as he rolled out to the right and just could not get his feet under him. And it hits the turf. Nice pursuit by the defense.
Unenviable position here for the Saints and their quarterback Pennebaker, because it's a 3rd down and long inside of their own 20-yard line. See how aggressive the Huskies will be here, up 21-0. Here comes a linebacker blitz. They pick it up. Toss here near side off the hands of Wolvatne, who has good hands. He has good range, but this one will be off of his hands, incomplete. 4th down Saints.
Yeah, trying to get away from that pressure. Sam Angel getting
tough catch to try and make there. But Pennebaker threw it where only his wide receiver could get to it, with Knox on the coverage. He's had a big game. Weston Knox has been outstanding here today, as the Huskies defense overall has been, despite the injuries. They've got some backups in there here today, and they really haven't missed a beat. Pennebaker to do the punting. Good spiral. Oh, he booms this one. Schumacher all the way back. It checks up at about the 35. Schumacher again, he loves that head and shoulders shake, that little shimmy. And he shimmies his way out across the 40 to the 45-yard line. Looked like that ball was going to release, and if it had released, it would have went probably all the way to the 25 or the 20. Instead, it landed, it checked up, went up in the air, and Schumacher made a nice play, and it got some positive yards on the return.
Yeah, great punt by Pennebaker, 45 yards in the air. And we've seen Schumacher a couple of times. He's an exciting returner, not afraid to take it in traffic.
I think before the season is over, he'll probably take one to the house. From their own 46 here for the Huskies.
Wheeler last week had a touchdown on the opening kickoff that was brought back because of penalty.
DeVellis, option pitch. Wheeler puts his shoulder down, makes it to the 50, and across the 50 into St. Francis Fighting Saint territory, makes contact there with Lucas Hess.
Nice job to make the linebacker commit by DeVellis, and Cade Wheeler looking for contact, runs right through a couple of tacklers.
Devin Fisher will get credit for that tackle. Hess was there to help him out at the end. 2nd and 5, Andover. 21-0, all 21 points in the second quarter. Wheeler cuts against the grain, works his way into the secondary for a first down. DeVellis does that well when he's running, and Wheeler does as well. Just kind of feeling your way through, finding the holes, getting as much positive yardage as possible, and it's another Husky first down.
Yeah, good lateral. They missed a face mask on that, but good lateral movement by Wheeler.
Adam Bozen the tackle. Here's the little swing pass play screen, far side, Kopetsky, and he catches it on the flat, leads forward to the 41. Gains a yard or two, second down.
And these quick bubble screens have been effective for the Huskies. No negative yardage, like a run. West Coast offense type.
2nd down and 8. Congratulations to the Andover volleyball team and Coach Connie Huberty. They picked up a win. Match that we had on QCTV on Wednesday, 3-0 against Anoka. They have just one loss on the season. They're having an outstanding campaign. DeVellis to pass, pressured from both sides, and this one was deflected, hit as he threw. And St. Francis, their guys are saying that it was a fumble. I'm going to guess that his arm was in motion. It was a forward pass. It'll be incomplete.
Well, we'll see it here. That's a long way for the ball to travel.
Oh, yeah. Good pressure. Thomas Green hit him, but he had pressure front and back coming at him. DeVellis held in there as strong as he could, but it still affected his pass. 3rd down and 8. DeVellis drops back deeper this time. Looked like he was hit again, and it was almost intercepted. That St. Francis pass rush, guess who that was? Green again, number 20. He's in the backfield, he's in the secondary, almost intercepting balls, and they almost got it here. And again, that was Gerlach who was applying the pressure, and that has been one of the bright spots here for St. Francis. When they've dialed up pressure, they've been able to get to DeVellis for the most part.
Yeah, you're right, and they have been, you said Green has been in the backfield. We've seen just some different kind of blitzes where they've kind of mixed up their alignment.
Max Hunter punting. Is this the first time we've seen the Andover punt team?
It is.
Back to receive is Lucas Hess. Fair catches. Hunter's an outstanding kicker, special teams player. He's had booming punts, and you can just see that one there was a beautiful spiral. And a fair catch inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. No return on the punt, and the Saints offense will get it back here down by 3 scores.
Well, we've seen the urgency when they came out of trying to pass the ball. You know, if I'm the coach if I'm Coach Erdman, I'm looking at how do we find different plays that could work. And right now it's experiments and trying some different things against a really tough defense. Just getting yourself back into the flow of what you do as an offense.
There has not been a lot of room and maneuverability here against this Andover defense. We have movement on the Andover defensive line. The nose tackle jumped across.
5-yard penalty. I want to wish Tom DeVellis a happy birthday today.
Oh, I didn't know that. Happy birthday to Tom. Had a nice 6-year run at Blaine. Was 36 and 23 in those 6 years as head coach. Took over after Shannon Garrity went to the administration side. Oh, the bootleg, wide open. Pennebaker with room, 30, 25, and he's out to the 40. Biggest play of the day here for St. Francis, 21-yard gain. Little bootleg coming back here. He didn't really hide the ball. There was just no contain, and a big run.
Yeah, and another great block by number 10, Isaac Vincent, who was able to spring Pennebaker for an additional 5 yards. Good play call by the the Fighting Saints.
Ball to the 40-yard line. 21-yard gain. I'm going to guess that's the largest gain from scrimmage here today for the Saints. Pennebaker will throw on first down now. Looking to the far side, one-on-one coverage, and it's overthrown. I think both quarterbacks here today, that was intended for Isaac Vincent. I think the wind has been an issue here today. I mean, you look at the flag, and it's kind of blowing from the west-northwest, doesn't it look like, Jim? So I think it's a crosswind, and that can be as bad as throwing into the wind sometimes, or against. At least at one point in time, you're with the wind. But if it's a crosswind, you never get the wind.
No, you're absolutely right. And we've seen just not quite as, the accuracy is not quite as strong as it has been previously for both quarterbacks.
2nd and 10. Pennebaker puts it, brings it down, will be forced out of bounds. Nowhere to go with it. He thought about running it. He was on the short side of the field, and he realized he had nowhere to go. Justin Kenning, defensive end for the Huskies, the one that chases him out of bounds.
That is a coverage sack all the way. 2 receivers with 4 defenders, and Pennebaker had really no time or nowhere to throw that ball. And the sack goes to, as you mentioned, number 59. Justin Kenning.
Josh Surgenor comes out of the game, so they put in their passing down front. One of the down defensive linemen is Samuel Angel in there down. 3 down linemen on a definite passing situation. 3rd down and 14, and that's exactly what Pennebaker is going to do, and he throws it high for Wolvatny, out of his reach, out of bounds. Coverage provided by Jack Barstow for the Huskies.
Well, Pennebaker rolling out to his left. And again, it just kind of sailed on him. It would have been a tough throw. Good coverage by the Huskies. Pennebaker, who's had a couple of issues on some snaps with the punt. See how this one goes.
Adam Bozen is the long snapper. 4th down, he has to short hop it. He plays it cleanly, but that affects the ability to get that punt off. He rushed it. It is a line drive and returnable by Schumacher. 30, far side 20, 10-5, touchdown. I'm not going to say that I called it. I said at some point in time, I said by the end of the season, not by the end of this game, that he would take one to the house. But he did it right there, 60 yards, 56. We're going to put it down as 56-yard punt return by Andrew Schumacher, and it had to start because of the low snap. Pennebaker had to short hop it, and we've seen when he short hopped it, he hasn't gotten off as good of a punt. It was line drive, very returnable. When he had a good snap, he got a nice high punt off. But this one was a line drive, and Schumacher ate it up here for the big return.
Yeah, really nice run. And look at great blocking out front, and then Schuey turns it on and for a touchdown. And you know, I can't tell you that you're a fortune teller, but oh my word, what a call.
I had a feeling, just watching him return punts and knowing that he is just so elusive. And the extra point is no good for the first time here today.
You see right here, just out of the reach of Hunter, and then right here he turns it upfield, and he is gone. Exciting player.
So there's the touchdown, and then here's what happened on the point after. Fake attempt. Foy tried to pass it into the end zone, tried to find Weichel, incomplete. So
last week we saw the same play where Foy was able to complete the 2-point conversion to Weichel. That one sniffed out by St. Francis.
Andover 27, St. Francis nothing. And you ask, well, why would you do that in a game that you lead 27-0? I think it's all situational. I think it's said, let's try this. We need to know if it works.
Yep.
You know, we haven't been able to practice much. We've got all this going on. It might be a play that we'll use later on when the schedule gets tough at the end. You're in the section playoffs, and of course, section playoffs will be the ultimate this year. There will be no state tournament, no prep bowl, no U.S. Bank Stadium. Section championships will be it for these seniors especially. Here's the kick by Hunter, and the return taken by McCoy, trying to work his way as much as he can down that far sideline, and he'll be tackled at the 25-yard line. The Saints will get it here, now finding themselves down 27-0.
Well, again, if you're Coach Erdman right now, you're talking about the next play, the next drive. Keep your players in the mindset of winning the next play, not necessarily looking at the scoreboard, because like you've mentioned a bunch of times, they've been off for 3 weeks really, and now they're just getting back into football shape. So good opportunity to just win this drive.
St. Francis, second possession of half number 2. Pennebaker, Heinen, the running back, picks up a couple. After some early success, maybe the first 2 plays, they had some runs up the middle that were productive early on. There hasn't been much there since. Josh Surgenor was the man with the tackle, the nose tackle, and he hobbles off the field to the Andover sideline, shaken up.
Looks like he got rolled up on. He'll be back out there.
Pennebaker with 2 wide receivers to his right, lower part of your screen. He'll throw it that way, right on the money. Caught with the hands of Vincent, and he's forced out of bounds, but not before a first down. Out to the 41-yard line. Schumacher was there defensively, as was Brock Williams for the Huskies.
Nice pass by Pennebaker right on the shoulder, and Vincent able to get a couple of yards.
Schumacher made the jarring hit. Ball goes out of bounds. I think he had stepped out of bounds prior to that. They mark it at the 40.5, just shy of the 41 here in the striped lines at Andover High School. Pennebaker, handoff, running back Fisher. Off a left tackle, did the ball come loose? A scramble appeared that it did. And the ball will be marked at the 42.
Yeah, Wavani came up with the recovery. Good hit by Knox up front as there's a cut. And Knox with the helmet on the ball.
That's 2 plays now. The ball's been jarred loose. A ball hawking defense.
Actually, that was not Knox. That was again Schumacher. 2 in a row. That's pretty impressive.
Second down and 9. Couple of plays after a first down conversion for the Saints. Trying to take and enjoy little victories here in the second half if they can to try to get something going. There's Heinen off left tackle. Similar play to the last one. Heinen able to hold on to this one. Gain of a yard. Bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and 8.
Sam Angel on the tackle. Haven't called his number a whole lot today. Last week he was very impressive against Buffalo.
Surgenor was back in on that play. Now he is out here in a passing situation. 3rd and 8, Fighting Saints. Snap, throw, deflected, incomplete. Somebody for the Huskies got a hand up there. It might have been Israelson who was coming in from the linebacker spot. Regardless, it's incomplete, 4th and 8.
Yeah, I think it actually might have been Angel who came in there and swiped the arm as he came through.
You know, despite this score, 27-0, talking with Coach Brett Swaggart earlier here today as we'll take a look at that play. Right there. Sam Angel. But really coming into this game, they were happy to just be playing. Here's some pressure, and they run into the punter, Pennebaker. He went down. Schumacher will get a chance to return again, but this one is going to be a first down for St. Francis, and it was the result of a low snap. Pennebaker had to short hop it again, and then he was run into it. Look, that was Hunter coming in trying to apply the pressure right there, 24. And, ooh. And, you know, he's being aggressive coming in for that block punt. And certainly the fact that, again, the snap was short hop, that then throws off the timing. He was able to get the punt off, but then there's the guy rushing, and he comes in on you, and tough there for Hunter.
Number 24 on the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
So that'll give St. Francis a first down. Good field position now. They are into Andover territory.
Fortunate for St. Francis that Pennebaker was able to get up after that. That was
that was an awkward hit, getting hit low like that. Again, Hunter was just coming in, laying out, trying to block the punt. And he was really in tight. First down and 10, 42, Pennebaker. Cross the middle, right on the money. Caught by Hess, and he has a first down. Inside the Andover 30 to the 27. Nice pass play on first down, Pennebaker to Hess.
Yeah, Pennebaker, no ill effect from that hit, and that was a strike right on the number.
Schumacher, among others, on the tackle. Initially hit by number 3, Fine. Fine slowed him up first. Schumacher finished him off.
It would be great if they got into a little bit more of a rhythm with these slants and these quick passes rather than the long developing play where the Huskies have been in the backfield.
St. Francis, first time here inside the Andover 30-yard line today, down 27-0, trying to get some offensive success, trying to get that goose egg off the board. They give to Hain on the ground, no gain.
Sam Angel back in the backfield, making his presence felt in the last 3 plays. And then Hunter came to clean up.
But talking about Coach Swagger, to finish my thought from a few plays before, they were just happy to be playing.
Yeah.
You know, that's the one thing here, regardless of what the score is right now. You know, for these guys, especially the seniors, they are glad just to be playing. And you got to think Chisago Lakes is thinking that same thing here today against Cambridge Isani, playing their first game. Right at the sideline, it's caught. Right on the money. Pennebaker put it only where Grabowski could catch it, and he catches it and falls out of bounds inside the 20 to the 17. And another huge first down conversion here for the Saints.
Yeah, absolutely. A frozen rope, and Grabowski with an outstanding catch. Wow, that's a highlight reel catch. Tiptoe and makes the catch, secures the ball.
Brock Williams on the coverage, but really he threw it where only Grabowski could get it. Pennebaker looks like a pass throw option or pass run option, and instead he swings it out and he does throw it into the hands of Olvatny. And he's inside the 15, down to about the 11-yard line. Positive pickup on first down. That looked like a run pass option as he was coming out here to the near side. He had it almost tucked. Then he saw the receiver. How much of that was a fake? But he found the receiver and ended up getting 7 yards.
Yeah, when you run like that, you have the linebacker commit then to you. And it was a nice pass play. Olvatny, one of his favorite receivers right now, with 5 catches on the game.
Kittleson and Heinen are the backs here with Pennebaker for St. Francis, their deepest penetration into Andover territory today. From the 10, 2nd and 3, they can get a first down, of course, here, and they're going to be short. It'll bring up a 3rd down and short as they run it up the middle with Matthew Heinen.
Kosak with a strong tackle there and just wrestles down Heinen.
Approaching 1 minute left in quarter 3. I mentioned this was the first game on this field, first football game. They did play some soccer. Soccer season started earlier. And I believe those soccer seasons now have ended. They've had their section championship games already, if I'm not mistaken. 3rd down and 4. High snap. Pennebaker at 6'4" brings it down. Fade, end zone, up for grabs, incomplete. That was a jump ball intended for Isaac Vincent. Triple coverage, but there was contact, and they're going to call pass interference.
Yeah, that was a really nice adjustment by Vincent to get in position. 3 Huskies around him, and he still was able to get in position, and that'll be a pass interference, as you mentioned, most likely on Brock Williams.
Defensive pass interference. Number 10, half the distance to the goal, results in a first down.
First down, half the distance to the goal. We'll see it here again.
That fade out there, and Williams lost his footing and ran into Vincent and
kind of grabbed him there just to try to get his balance back, grabbed a little jersey, and then he got the right hand in there.
Face mask, and it was a good opportunity for St. Francis to get in the end zone and really gain some of that confidence that they sorely need.
Looking for their 3rd touchdown of the season. Pennebaker rolling out, looks like a run to the 5, and he fumbled the ball towards the goal line, and the Huskies recovered in the end zone for a touchback. So Pennebaker trying to make a play, trying to stretch it, trying to get to the end zone. And he lost the football, recovered by Colin Weichel, and the Andover defense holds as we look at it here.
Yeah, nice job on the strip here by number 3, Nick Fine. And Weichel is Johnny on the spot as he just falls right on before he goes out of bounds for that touchback. So not only do they get it at the ball back, but they get it at the 20-yard line, which is much better than the 2-inch line where they would have been.
And a terrible break there for St. Francis. Their best drive of the game. They get on the doorstep. They're knocking on the door, and they cough it up. 4th turnover of the game here for the Saints. DeVellis goes to the air, caught. Guerra making his return to the lineup here today with a catch and a gain of close to 9 yards.
Yeah, we've seen a 48-yard pass completion to Guerra. Now that was his 3rd completion. So reception, he's coming back and making his presence felt as they run down the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that appears to be the final play of our 3rd quarter here today. Andover, the Huskies hosting their first home game of the season. Senior day here today. And the fans that are in attendance here in the limited capacity allowed here during our uncertain times, enjoying an Andover 3rd quarter lead as we get ready for the 4th. Huskies lead the Saints 27-0 here on CTN.
Work hard, play hard. Whole squad got the remedy for the enemy, better let it be. Whole world on lost hope with my bare hands and set them free.
After quarantine, everyone's bound to look a little different. Some people gained a little weight, others lost some. Some had longer hair or a new beard. With Joe and Howie, it was a little different. Don't get me wrong, they acted like the same old Joe and Howie. What they came back with, a different energy. But something was off.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young. And I'm Howie Shapiro, and it really
Jim and Jim here. Jim Childs, Jim Erickson. Thanks to the CTN crew, Grant Portell and Neil Hennon for stepping up here, helping us out, helping out our QCTV friends and viewers and followers of the Andover Huskies to get this game on the air. If you're just joining us, 27-0. And I'm so old school, I just said air. We're not broadcast over the air. Although if you're watching us on a mobile device somewhere and you're utilizing a network, if you will, that comes through the air. 4G, 5G, whatever. So I guess somewhat accurate there.
Or
nice.
a Wi-Fi, I guess.
Yes. Masungu with a nice catch and run there from DeVellis. Now they'll swing it out here to Kopetsky, who had a big game against Elk River. And now there's a late flag in as he was tackled and stopped shy of the line of scrimmage. And looks like this is going to go against St. Francis. Possibly a face mask in there. We'll take a look at it.
It'll be one personal foul one way or the other.
Hard to tell. I don't know what it was. Did they signal it yet?
Nope.
Based on the reactions.
Personal foul, number 15, defense, targeting. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So what happened there was, you look at that. I was looking for a face mask. That's what I thought it was, kind of in that pile there where we couldn't see him. We were shielded. But Kopetsky was held up, and then another player came in there.
Yep.
And came in there with the crown of his helmet. 15-yard penalty, no ejection as a result. That's a judgment call by the officials. And it didn't look to be the severity that they would go with an ejection on that situation, but it is a 15-yard penalty. It's a personal foul. Gives Andover the ball at the 43-yard line. Gives them a first down, 1st and 10 here for the Huskies. DeVellis off his back foot, and he tried to float it for Kopetsky again, but he couldn't get to it. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Let's take a look at that play once again that resulted in the penalty.
Well, Kopetsky has it, and right here lowers his head. Yep. Trying for the ball.
That's what he was doing. He was trying to jar that ball loose. His team's down 27-0.
Yep.
But in that instance, that is frowned upon. Here going in there with your head first. Masungu with the catch, trying to wiggle his way back to the line of scrimmage. He will not be able to do so. He makes it to the 44. That's a tackle in the backfield, a tackle for loss on that pass play, 3rd and long.
Yeah, really nice coverage and tackling by St. Francis. You know, the one Fighting Saint we haven't called is Thomas Green in the second half. We called him quite a few times in the first half.
Yeah, he was making plays in the secondary. He was coming in on blitzes. He was applying pressure, swing pass out to Audette, trying to spring him down the near sideline to pick up the first down. Get across the original line of scrimmage, but it'll be 4th down and long now.
Audette is a load to bring down outside. Those cornerbacks don't want to tackle him. He's just a strong young man.
4th quarter of play from Andover High School. Huskies in their black uniforms, leading at 27-0, trying to go to 4-0. 3-0 in the district. DeVellis deep down the middle. That's Iafe. Oh! And it's through his hands, incomplete. And he was in the clear.
Well, what a well-designed play. Audette took both defenders with him, and that opened up that center of the field. As you see right here, Iafe wide open.
Little bit behind him. He reached back. Instead of hauling it in with his arms, he reached back with his hands. DeVellis was all ready to go celebrate, and it falls to the turf. I don't think you see balls like that too often go through the hands of Iafe.
Nope, not at all. And like I said, the route that Iafe took was outstanding. And
I think the wind is having an effect on the footballs here, just enough that it on both sides, it puts that ball in a different position where you're expecting it. It's just a little bit overthrown, a little underthrown, and makes you adjust and doesn't make those catches quite as easy. Or it could be a case where Iafe was already thinking about being in the end zone and thinking about you know, what celebration or whatever, how they were going to finish off the play there for what would have been a beautiful pass play, but through his hands, incomplete. And that on the 4th down play turns it on downs to the St. Francis Fighting Saints.
Israelson, good tackle there. Injury on Andover as Samuel Angel is on the injury bench, getting attention to one of his knees.
Gain of a yard on that play for the Saints. 2nd down and 1 for their quarterback, Coney Pennebaker. Here's the option, right side, pitch into the hands of Hain. Can he get to the corner? He can't. Schumacher, who has the punt return for a touchdown there, he pursues defensively, strings it out, makes a tackle, loss of 2.
Along with Hunter. I tell you, those two have been outstanding on defense today. You see the closing speed and really no fear from either linebacker or the safety. Shuey was able to get in there and put a hit on 2 forced fumbles on the last drive by Schumacher, and then Hunter helped clean up.
We mentioned Cody Pennebaker, and top 20, he's projected, rated top 20 basketball player in his age group for his class. He has had a number of Division II schools look at him for basketball and some smaller Division I schools as well. He'll have some options, it sounds like, to play college basketball. Here he is running the St. Francis offense and scrambling his way on 3rd down, but he'll come up short of the 50 and short of a 1st down. Nolan Israelson over there to make the tackle.
Nothing available. Good coverage by the Huskies. Pennebaker just pulls it down and gets what he can, so makes it a 4th down and 4. They'll punt it away.
Nobody deep. Down 27-0. Huskies think that maybe something might be up here, and it is. Direct snap to one of the upbacks, Lucas Hess, and he's going nowhere. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but the Huskies thought something was up. They did not send back Schumacher as a deep man, and they had it well covered on the direct snap to number 6, Lucas Hess, and that'll turn it over here to the Huskies.
Yeah, Owens just grabs him and just says, now you're not going anywhere. Nice job.
That's 2 fake punt attempts here today that Andover is snuffed out here against the Fighting Saints.
Well, you called it nobody back. It was fairly obvious that something was on.
Connor DeVellis leads his team back out on the field, leading 27-0, 8:44 left 4th quarter. He'll keep. Fights his way for a yard or 2. Lone running back in there that time is Logan Myers. Seeing some reps here in the second half in place of Wheeler, Caden Wheeler. IFA checks back in here for the Huskies as well.
Good job on a containment by Anthony Gerlach. Able to push DeVellis back.
2nd and 9 here for Connor. Pressured, throws it, caught, Foy. Now he turns it upfield. 40, showing his speed, cuts back in at the 30. He's in the 20, cuts in again, middle of the field. Touchdown! 53-yard pass and catch play for Gavin Foy.
Well, what a nicely designed play. And really nice job by DeVellis to get rid of it. He was under duress immediately, and Foy out there turns on the jets. And a big play, and it pushes the Huskies to that 30, over the 30, and the 5th touchdown of the day. First on the air by DeVellis.
Gallipo with the extra point. Foy in there to hold. And this one, good. So kicks for Gallipo. He has gone 4 for 4. The only point after miss was on the 2-point fake. And you take a look at that pass again. Foy had to go up and get it. And then after that, it was all Foy.
Yeah, absolutely. And you saw Isaac Lang out there, some of the linemen downfield helping out, seal off a lane as Foy did all of it. Once he got past that second level, it was all Foy, so nice job.
The key to the success there is when he caught it. The play is probably designed to go to the inside, but he felt that that is where he was going to go. If he cuts to the outside, they probably contain him, but he cut to the inside where the contain or where the coverage wasn't, and that gave him some open field to be able to turn on the jets.
So then you got to go in and hold the kick, and do you think he's breathing hard?
No, these young men are in excellent. You and I would have been breathing hard. Probably would have needed a timeout to hold.
Well, I would, out of that 53 yards, I would have made it 50.
Right.
Well,
that's a moot point,
yeah.
Right? Neither of us would have even picked up the first down, let alone catch the ball.
Yeah, no kidding.
So a wonderful play. Here's Hunter's kick, high, short kick. McCoy to take it at the 22, tries near side, now back to the middle, inside the hash marks. He'll be spun down at the 32 for the Fighting Saints. Again, they've been close in this second half. They got it down inside the 5. In fact, their quarterback, Pennebaker, was close to the end zone before fumbling the ball on their best chance to get on the board here today. Now they get it with under 8 minutes left, down 33-0.
Yeah, he had it at the 2-yard line and was stripped, with Weichel being able to reel it in right inside the end zone. Start to see some younger players in there for the Huskies now on defense.
Saints to pass. Pennebaker. Volvotny on the far side flat. Gain of 4. Might be closer to 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Volvotny's having a very good day today. That's his 6th catch. And he's had a couple of chances for some other ones that were just out of his reach.
Let's trim that gain another yard. Didn't quite make it to the 35. In fact, it's just shy of the 34. It'll be 2nd down and 8 here for the Saints.
Well, the Saints' success was on the quick slants and that intermediate, 5 to 10 yard pass plays on the last drive.
Pennebaker, play action, he'll run. Still going. Stays up until he gets to about the 39. 3rd down and 3, and had a long discussion with Brent Swagert, the coach of the St. Francis Fighting Saints, here as we take a look at that play. Pennebaker has had some successful keepers here today, but we talked about their situation, a number of teams where they've had to shut it down for 14 days. Chisago Lakes hasn't even played a game yet. And then there's the other situation where teams have the other team have to bow out on a Thursday.
Yeah.
They get on the phone or the email chains and they find a new opponent Thursday afternoon to play on Friday, which is amazing. And think about the coaches and the preparation that normally goes in, week out for a normal season. where you got to throw that all out the window. Here's Pennebaker with the pass to the far sideline. It's going to fall incomplete, where basically you have to, and just think about the coaches and even the players being outside of a comfort zone.
Yeah.
Where they normally go into a game where they have a full week of preparation for an opponent, where in this instance, they're finding out who they play on Thursday, and they play the game on Friday. And that's happened a few times. Edina with Bemidji, Champlain Park. Didn't Champlain Park play St. Michael,
yeah,
Albertville?
that was decided on Friday at about 11 in the morning, and the game was going to be it started at 4. I mean, it's not a lot of game time preparation.
But it's what you do that for the kids.
Yep.
Do it safely.
Yep.
You know, do it within the protocols here, but you do it for the kids. Get as many games, and you just forget about the whole preparation and knowing the tendencies. What is your opponent going to do on 3rd down and 7?
Yep.
Normally
Yep.
they would know that,
Yep.
but here in this instance, let's just go out and play football. We'll prepare as much as we can, but for the most part, let's just play football. It's old school kind of stuff, as there's the completion to Lucas Hess. But on 4th down, he stopped short. That'll give it back here to the Huskies. They lead at 34-0.
My conversation with Tom DeVellis, really, he spoke highly about how the kids have been so adaptable, and the players have been just wanting to be able to just come out and play football and have some sort of normalcy. And these little curveballs of having to change opponents aren't a big thing to the kids. They just want to play, and the coaches want to coach, and they want to be around the kids. They want to have you know, the success and feel like they're part of the team, and that's always you know, part of why people do this. They're not, the coaches aren't doing it for the money. Trust me, this is all for the joy, the love of the game.
There was an article in the Star Tribune about that exact thing, and you know, heading to the game, getting on the bus, and driving to wherever it was. St. Michael Albertville came to Champlain, right? Or
Yep.
was it at Park Center? Or where was it at? St. Michael? They have turf.
They went to St. Michael.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these guys are on the bus, and they're watching film on their laptops, preparing for the game on the bus trip from Champlain Park High School to St. Michael Albertville.
Yep. Well, what's?
Hey, don't forget Sports Night Weekly. Joe and Howie. Now, is it Joe and Howie actually hosting the show, or do they have this? Sometimes they can take the week off and just have the puppets host. How does that work?
You know,
I mean, it's got to be nice. It's like having a clone.
Well,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Just think of how many games I could do if I had a clone. Anyway, here's the handoff up the middle, and again, new quarterback in there now, Jim, for the Huskies.
Landon Nelson in there, along with a new running back, Logan Myers. We've seen a little bit of him today so far.
And there's our number 82 quarterback, Landon Nelson, 180-pound sophomore. 180-pound sophomore comes in at 6'1", and he's had a chance here to play some last week, and now here he is with 6:24 and the clock ticking left in the game here. 3rd down coming up for his Huskies.
Yeah. You know, one thing I think is going to be interesting over, you know, as we get through this pandemic and all the changes and all the things we have, I think this generation of players and students are going to be outstanding. I think some of the things that they have.
Nelson, nice run, keeper, 1st down.
Some of the things that they are going through right now are just going to help them in their adult life, and it will be great. You know, you think about the greatest generation back in World War II and some of the stuff that they went through. I don't know that they felt that life was great then, and I think we'll see some great things out of these students.
So Landon wears 82. What did Slingin' Sammy Baugh wear? Was he 88?
I think he was, yes.
Yeah. Handoff. Myers makes a couple of guys miss, and on 1st down gets down to the 25-yard line. 2nd down and 7.
Huskies can take away that they have found their run game. They have done a much better job of being able to move it on the ground, as we've seen 4 touchdowns so far, 3 touchdowns on the ground, 1 punt return. But much better job on their ground attack.
Nelson option, pitch for Myers. Myers, burst of speed, 10-5 touchdown, and the Huskies are back into the end zone. 24-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, nice cut by Logan Myers to get past. See right here, option, and Myers just cuts it right inside, and easy final 10 yards as the Huskies now with a 40-point lead.
40-0 on the scoreboard with the point after pending. And Gallipo is all set, ready to go with a hold from Foy. And he has been perfect. Gallipo, very good from that range. Max Hunter's the one with a big leg. If they ever had to try a long-range kick and field goal, they would go with him. But Gallipo from close range has been money and automatic. As you see that run again, 24 yards. And it has been the running game. Passing game has been effective here today as well. But for Andover, I think they're excited to see that it's kind of been every other, as we talked about before. Not much running game against Bemidji, then 175 yards against Elk River. Last week it was only 17 yards. This week here, they've gotten the running game going. It's been effective, and they've scored, and they've gotten to the end zone using the running game.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns on the ground today. This last one by Myers, one by Surgeonor. Surgeonor. One by DeVellis, 2 by...
I'm sure Surgeonor would love to be used in short yardage. Bring in they call it what do they call it? The jumbo package?
Yeah, that would definitely be the jumbo package.
Little squib kick here by the Huskies. Up man taking it, Ashton Hain to the St. Francis 39. Saints will get it there. 5:05 left here in quarter 4.
We'll be in running time the rest of the game.
41-0 after that converted point after by Gallipo. Again, for our QC TV folks, don't miss out on the Pumpkin Bowl here. 5 o'clock coverage of that. Totino Grace against the Tornadoes of Anoka. Pumpkin Bowl, regular season Pumpkin Bowl at Goodrich Field. Pete Hayes and Joe Rulin will have the call of that. Anoka is 1-1. Totino Grace 1-2. Anoka, a team that had to deal with some of the protocols, and of course all the teams here in Anoka Hennepin. They didn't know until earlier this week on Monday that they thought their season was going to be done after basically today. The start of November was going to be the end of their season. Here's a handoff, new quarterback into the game for the St. Francis Fighting Saints. That's Jackson Skoquist, and his handoff is stopped immediately by the Andover defense, 2nd down.
We were actually in St. Michael doing the Champlain Park game when it was announced, and it was during halftime, and it came out and really took the wind out of the sails of the Champlain Park Rebels, as not knowing exactly if that was going to be their last game or not.
Orlando Zhang with the carry there, and the reaction was the exact opposite for the Anoka volleyball team. They were playing Totino Grace. I think they had lost one of the sets of the match, and then they found out on their phones during the match that their season was going to continue, and all of a sudden, Coach Chris Fenwick of the Tornadoes said all of a sudden the girls popped up and they were excited and they had a jump in their step, and they went on and won the last 2 sets of the match. And they were like 25-23. They were really exciting to end it, but because of that, it's interesting. You get that news, and your dauber's down a little bit, and you go, "Oh my goodness, our season's going to continue."
Yeah.
And then they used that to their advantage and ended up beating Totino Grace 3-1.
Yeah, to complete the story a little bit, so Anoka was playing Champlain Park last week. That had the snow happened. They moved it to Osseo, so on Thursday, and then they had to move. Then obviously the Anoka situation happened. They canceled that game, picked up the St. Michael. So within 48 hours, they had 3 different venues they were playing at. And the St. Michael Albertville team was supposed to play Edina, and they canceled it because of COVID concerns. They got the go-ahead that Friday morning, and it's been the craziness for this football season, on, off, yes, no, is been just unbelievable.
I think you have to, 1, be kind, 2, be flexible, and 3, be open-minded.
Yeah, and resilient, and yeah, absolutely. It's it's the last year for these seniors to play, and every day they talk about not taking a day for granted. I think that was one thing Tom DeVellis really said was, everyone knows that this could be the last day we play, depending on whatever happens with testing or
Jackson Skoquist is the quarterback out of the I formation. In the backfield, Brady Johnson and Carter Bartell. And they're not even going to run another play here with the running clock, even though they took a timeout. Oh, that was just the timeout time run that was on the clock there. So yeah, it was down to 4, 3, 2, 1, but 3:20 left. So they did take the timeout. Clock does stop because of that, and the pass by Skoquist is up high out of the reach of Derek Stone. Incomplete, but again, the clock will continue to run here with the 41-point advantage for the Huskies.
Yeah, got away with a pass interference as some jerseys got pulled on that. Skoquist stands in there. Good pressure by number 65, Nick Fadler.
Brings up a 4th down and 9. Pennebaker will come back in and punt the ball away here for the Fighting Saints. And they were very appreciative to the Andover folks for allowing them to adjust the schedule and move this from Friday to Saturday. Nice punt. Nobody was back deep. Best punt of the day for Pennebaker. It'll take a St. Francis roll inside the 15 down to the 11. And that's where the Huskies will get it. They will stop the clock here with the change of possession. And then as soon as everybody's ready, they'll crank it back up here with 2:33 left.
Well, I think the biggest question of the day, Jim, is what are you dressing tonight as for Halloween?
I am dressing as a homeowner sitting in his driveway welcoming trick-or-treaters in the great outdoors coming up here tonight. So take the fire table and pull it out onto the asphalt, onto the tar of the driveway, and any trick-or-treaters that are out, they can feel free to come up, help themselves to our candy. And I've got some Sour Patch Kids, which I tried for the first time ever earlier this week, and I said, where have these been my entire life? They were delicious. So,
good reviews on Sour Patch
yes,
Kids.
Yes, exactly.
That's good.
I'm usually more of a chocolate guy, like a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup guy, but so yeah, I won't be. That's what I'll be dressing up as, and hopefully everybody has a safe and enjoyable Halloween tonight. Full moon is out. And it looks like the Huskies will be celebrating a Halloween here with a celebration of a victory and going on to 4-0 here with the clock running, approaching 2 minutes left.
Yeah, really impressive day by not only the offense and their running game, but the defense really clamped down on the Saints.
Backup quarterback Landon Nelson hands it off to Jacob Pete. Nelson to Pete, that's number 82 to number 83.
Not too many times you see those two in the backfield. Nice run by Pete, playing off a couple of hits.
Absorbed a hit there from Nicholas Taft. Some backups also in there for the Saints on the defensive side of the ball. Taft is a 5'9" sophomore. Saints taking, the Huskies taking a look at the play clock here. New scoreboard does have the play clock here at Andover High School. Minute 20 left in the game clock. Nelson on the ground again, and that'll be stopped in the backfield. Pete.
Well,
good penetration check. At that time, it was not 83, it was 23. Harry Baumhauer. Baumhauer, 6-foot sophomore. Some of those sophomores getting a chance here.
Jacob Pete had one carry before. Now that's Baumhauer's first carry of the season. 2 more plays left, and actually one more snap, and we'll be
Huskies doing the math here and are probably going to take a timeout. Yes, they will. So they let the play clock tick down all the way to 1. They'll call a timeout. It's 4th down and 7. And there'll probably be just, well, depending on what they do here. If they punt it away and there's a change of possession, they'll stop the clock and then allow St. Francis to come out and run at least one more play.
Yeah, you're right.
So we'll see what the Huskies elect to do here. Up 41-0. Certainly defensively, it's always good. You want to keep the 0 on the board. You like to pitch the shutout. And the Huskies have only given up 21 points in their first 3 games. 7 points a game. And that average will go down here if they keep that 0 on the board here for the Fighting Saints.
Well, you know, they beat some fairly impressive teams. Bemidji, a very, very good team, took it to Edina last week, 35-0. In Elk River, not the same Elk River that we've seen in the past, but still a good, solid football program. And Buffalo, so now St. Francis. So really, 2 games left. Cambridge, Isanti, that'll be a tough one. The real one I'm really looking forward to seeing is the Rogers game. That will be a outstanding matchup between 2 of the top 5A schools.
And Rogers lost to Moorhead at Monticello last night, 21-0. And Moorhead's one of the top teams in the state. They're 4-0, and I think they're top 5 in the rankings. Quick snap back to Landon Nelson, and he'll punt it away and gets a nice roll the old bump and run. And that'll bounce inside the St. Francis 40. And that's where it'll be down.
Almost a 50-yard punt.
22.1 seconds remaining.
Well, some takeaways I would have if I was Tom DeVellis is continuing to balance that run pass and really work Caden Wheeler on the outside a little bit more, as they had some success with that. And Connor DeVellis on his feet today, really impressive. Stat-wise, around 25 yards on 7 carries, but really some tough grinding yards when they really needed it.
And they had some success with the short passing game as well, getting guys out in space. Foy, Kopetsky, Audette had a couple like that where they were able to be successful, didn't necessarily have to throw the ball down the field. They were able to get guys in space. There's the last play of the game. St. Francis side of the ball here, and the Andover Huskies pitch a shutout here as the sun kind of comes out really for the first time this afternoon as we get our final whistle. Our final here from Andover High School, 41-0 in favor of the Huskies, and they go to 4-0 on the season.
Yep. Well, I tell you what, that was a great respect at the end to go out and just kind of wave at each other. We've seen that a couple of times. Good win for the Huskies.
Yeah, they've gone away with the post-game handshake to separate the two teams. And Andover enjoying a 41-0 victory. Let's take a look at that second half here after the Huskies had a 21-0 lead at halftime.
Yeah, right here we see a 48-yard reception by Guerrero, who was able to get outside on a bubble screen, a block punt, and here comes the punt return called by Jim Erickson for a touchdown as Andy Schumacher gets a nice 53-yard punt return.
Again, I said he would have one before the end of the season, not before the end of the game, but I was more than happy to have him do it here when I was here watching.
Absolutely. Turnover on a deep drive, a nice drive by the Saints, and Winkle gets the interception. And here's the long touchdown pass on another bubble screen as Calvin Foy was able to get a nice 53-yard touchdown pass. And it rounds out the scoring by DeVellis and his offense, and then one more 20-yard scamper by Logan Myers, and 4 touchdowns on the ground, 1 special team and 1 passing touchdown. So a good day for the Huskies offense and a great shutout pitched by the defense.
Yeah, the Huskies are primed. I mean, for Andover football fans, they've got to be excited, and there's head coach Brent Swaggart. Again, they were just happy to be playing. They were up against the 8-ball. They were up against the wall, and they just not an easy situation for them because of having to shut down and quarantine. Hadn't played for 2 weeks. Had only played the 1 game, and they came out here and did their best with only 1 week of preparation coming in, and they will look forward and will plan to play their second game here, second game today, and then 2 more games after here today. So both clubs will evaluate, move on, as we are now 4 weeks in, 2 weeks left to go. 41-0 Andover again. Thanks again to CTN out of Coon Rapids. Jim and I usually do games for QCTV, and here today to get as much coverage as we possibly could with both Andover and Anoka playing with the Pumpkin Bowl a little bit south of here. You CTN guys did a great job adjusting your schedule, making your equipment worthwhile, and making your equipment available to us here today. And we just kind of showed up and called the game, Jim, so good job.
Yeah, great job by this crew here, and a lot of fun. And thanks, Jim.
You bet. Andover 4-0 Huskies defeat the Saints here today on CTN.